areas, but I always enjoy seeing one of those at least, because they're so rare typically. And it looks like we are underway.
Yep, here we go.
So, as per normal in these runs, you will always start at the ship on Criteria. First things runners typically do is go right into Link to the Past, as you get a save there, and there's also a lot more item choices. Since there's only 2 items available in Logic right away from the get-go, one of those being the original Morph Ball location, and the E-Tank room, 2 rooms to the right of it.
Interestingly enough, both on Team Red are going right into Link to the Past, and only Lenophis is going to go check out the beginner Brinstar area.
Yeah, that's why I like the 2v2, because you can kind of create these split-up scenarios, check 2 different areas, figure out who wants to go where. We got an early Ice Rod.
And
that's
early,
going to be interesting.
There was also early Moon Pearl there in Link's house.
Early Ice Rod, early Moon Pearl. Why do I feel like that Totoro's going to be a disappointment and be a pendant now and not be needed? Fighter Sword at Morph Ball, that's actually a really handy weapon to have early game.
Yeah, so Lenophis made a good call in going down here. But then again, they might get lucky enough and find another sword pretty soon.
About a third of the way there for that Agassi, though.
Oh!
Mirror.
Oh, sword and mirror. So Lenophis definitely made the good call here.
Yeah, they're going to pick that up pretty quickly, especially with knowing that the Moon Pearl is available in Link's house. Dark World Access is almost ready. See Hammer and first mid upgrade for that.
Also, just want to give a shout out to Delia here for the, I guess the tier 1 sub for Speed Gaming. Thanks a lot for that.
Always appreciate the support for the Speed Gaming channel. So what we saw earlier on Maximum Barnage looked like pull off a Chris Houlihan room, trying to get some extra money in order to buy some bombs early, set up for that Zora money. Always great to see.
It's definitely a good safety, since it's not always a guarantee that you might get bombs from either the trees or the chests, but yeah. Even then, just having extra money can also just make it that much more likely that you can go check Zora.
Yeah, we did see some bombs from the tree pull in Hyrule Castle, so definitely a money saver there. And I saw the question in chat, and definitely we did, we should call this out earlier. We have 2 fantastic trackers with us today. We got Merc249 in chat, and Shala Shalsta also joining us.
They'll definitely be making, well, probably pointing out anything that we might miss in our commentary if we ever ask, oh, where did they find this item?
They got this when? So a lot of our filler items here will be the energy tanks, missile upgrades. I mean, you do want a little bit of health, but eventually it gets kind of tiring after you find your 10th energy tank at some point.
And also another shout out to Sai Tai Shi, who subscribed with Twitch Prime for Speed Gaming.
A little danger on the prison check here using the bombs. Might get it. Gotta watch for that accidental death.
But on the one side, well, never mind on that. I was gonna say if they did get it out of there and went to go check the dungeon, they could just use a death warp. But I guess that was an unintentional death.
And called out in chat and then confirmed by Lenophis here. We have an Agassi as hookshot is on the ledge.
Oof.
Now, hookshot may not be fully required, but we know where it is.
Well, actually, hookshot is required for Swamp Palace. But then again, we don't know if Swamp Palace is crystal or pendant just yet.
Correct, you are. I mean, you got that in. You also got left side GT. You do need it for, but most runners Morph Ball in the well.
Oh, nice. Having early Morph Ball is always nice, just so you can get all that exploration out early with Metroid.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen any bombs yet or power bomb upgrades, so until you get about 2 power bomb upgrades, I would say it's not too comfortable exploring in Super Metroid. having a little bit of extra in the pocket is always nice to have.
So it looks like if they were to check the Morph Ball spot as well as the Kakariko Thief Hut, they can already just get Master Sword right off the bat.
I mean, that's all we need now is a lamp, and we got Aga right in the middle of the seed. Early Aga, 3 hearts. It's not an easy dungeon to do.
Especially if they haven't found the lantern, too. Which we're gonna see. Are they gonna make the call to go find lantern, or just go straight for Aga and try to do it blind? Oh, Metroid MST getting into death on the Moldorm Cave.
Having a little trouble with those bomb kills, it seems.
See, we've already had some checks here in the well. Maximum's checking out the Uncle area. Oh, we got a map check. Looks like Eastern Palace and Desert Palace are both crystals, while Tower of Hera is a pendant of courage.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, we got the mirror pretty early, so Tower of Hera is accessible, but might be fire locked either way.
And even if it is, if they're having to do Aga just to progress, I'd imagine they're going to find the lantern relatively easily.
It does seem like that is going to be both our Dark World access and our hookshot access, because once they get that, if they have the boot, that hookshot will let them fully explore the overworld of Dark World outside of Death Mountain.
Well, we're getting the Moldorm check here in the cave. We might get something good. I mean, it is 5 items in one location. Bombs. Oh, there's Morph Ball bombs.
That's a really nice safety find. Prevents a lot of soft locks in Metroid.
And the Varia. Oh, man.
We might have a speed seed.
This is starting to look like a speed seed, alright.
Even with the Aga's tower. I mean, you'll see most runners go for that either way, because otherwise they'll have to hover in the Moldorm area and get into tower if hookshot ends up not being required for Swamp Palace, if it's a penance dungeon. So
of course, some of the runners might just do the hover for swag strats.
Always got to go for swag.
I could honestly never do a hover for the life of me.
It's not the easiest trick to pick up. We'll see if MetroidMst's death in Hyrule Castle here will cost them anything, since they didn't check this last pack item.
Well, Maximum's doing the smart thing and prepping himself for a death. Oh, it's silvers!
Oh, that is a luxury find. That could cost some time if they put that off for a while, and there ends up being a lot of arrow bosses. We already know Armos is in logic, so is Landmola's.
There was nothing important over in the library, just a heart piece. It looks like SuperNinTaylor is going to be doing a check with Sriracha and Eastern Palace. Or it could just be just Sriracha.
Looks like we're doing some dark checks in the escape.
Looks like it was just mostly health items in Sriracha's hut. 2 energy tanks and a piece of heart. Which, I mean, you can never turn down energy tanks up until a point. Oh.
It's a pretty brutal start in Zelda. Not a lot of health items. You got like 1 or 2 pieces of heart, but no full heart containers yet.
It's gonna be especially brutal if the game is making them, like, you know, point over to Dark World and, like, explore Thief Town. Well, Lenophis is making good use of the Master Sword and just letting the sword beams do all the work. And he'll be getting his Morph Ball bombs as well as his Suit. And so far, just a compass in linked in the Eastern Palace. That was maximum in the sewer area of Hyrule Castle.
Which one?
The sewers in Hyrule Castle.
Did not see any pickups. It looks like another death there.
Oh, okay. I guess he is in the sewers. That's where he was.
So going right back at it again. Should I do dark sewer chest? Possibly also back of escape. It doesn't have the small key for the door unless it's in that chest. Without lamp so far, maybe they're expecting to find lamp pretty soon, but it is not in logic technically yet. It looks like we're getting a fake flippers with that early moon pearl. While again, this is not in logic. Easy way to wipe out 2 to 3 checks. Gonna check Zora Ledge and the waterfall cave here. Does not have the money to check Zora himself. And won't be able to pick up Zora Ledge if it ends up being required.
Yeah, he is going to have to be careful if he's going to be doing the check at the waterfall, because otherwise he can just die in one hit. Oh, Plasma Beam.
That is, again, another convenience find now for Metroid. That's going to cause them to be able to just run right through a lot of the areas, one-shotting almost every enemy, or at least 2-shotting. If they find an early charge as well, this could be really quick.
Oh, there's Lantern. Lantern's on the Zora Ledge.
Now we gotta find flippers. Let's put this together. We got a puzzle.
Well, there's still 2 more potential items. Well, 1 technically in Eastern Palace, because SuperNinTaylor's found both the map and the compass, and one of the chests had the big key, which the big key chest just had the map. So this last chest here in Eastern Palace could be the flippers.
Not if locking the lamp, because that dark room is not going to be in logic yet to get to this room.
True.
My guess is going to be Desert Cave.
That is a good possibility. Although
actually,
it is
now that we got
pretty
Morph Ball and bombs, I mean, it could be anywhere in Super Metroid at this point.
It looks like the last item in the Eastern Palace was just... Oh, there's flippers!
There's flippers.
So now Lenophis could go get the lantern.
Probably pass on that. I expect to see some more Super Metroid exploration, especially if they know that the hookshot is boots locked. They're going to be looking for those boots, probably in Super Metroid, because that will blow open Link to the Past.
Now, since Lenophis does have Morph Ball bombs, he is going to be forced to fight Chorizo here. But just 2 super missiles is enough to get rid of him.
2 super missiles does have plasma as well, so will not be a long fight, probably. No power bombs yet, though. Does leave a few things out of logic that most runners would like to have access to early, because it's on the way.
And unfortunately, they don't have screw attack or power or speed booster to get through some of the areas, so that's more rooms that are probably going to be locked off for them.
Nice Alcatraz escape there from Lenophis. And question in chat here: teams can share info, right? Yes, they can. It is actually part of the lure of this is that you're able to share information, make better checks later because you know which items to skip.
One of those checks Lenophis is doing is going to be checking out Gauntlet. Doing this without screw attack or power bombs is going to be tricky business.
With the Varia and the and having 4 E-tanks is going to be pretty healthy.
As they do have some margin for error.
Maximum Barnage setting up a Mach Ball here. Usually you need Speed Booster to get through this top part, but with a Mach Ball you are able to... That was well done. There was a heart container on the way, so they're probably going to go back and pick that up, given that you know, there is very little Link to the Past health found so far. Be able to pick that up after they check the super missiles up top.
Also, I don't believe anyone's checked out the ice cave.
We believe we did get a check, or did they go right from bottle?
Oh, it's bottle.
There's a sick kid item, possibly.
MST is probably going to be doing that real quick. Lenophis did find the all-important bloomerang. And SuperNinTaylor is going to be making the same call and going into Gauntlet.
Oh, Lenophis missing the double. Hope. Oh, okay, they got lucky. No required items on the left side.
Still, an extra energy tank would have been nice, but it's nothing to cry over.
Yeah, we're not looking at any hell runs today. Possibly still a lava dive, but no hell runs.
MST getting their flippers. Maximum's in Red Brinstar now. I think that's what it's called.
Looks like all of the Link to the Past health is going to be in Super Metroid today. Looks like SuperNinTaylor deciding whether or not to reset, and is going to do so. Deciding not worth it to finish the back of Gauntlet, gambling a little bit here.
Which, thankfully, he's not going to be missing out on a lot. Nothing below the Mother Brain tank, just 20 rupees.
So as you see some cleanup of Brinstar and other items, we'll probably see the runners converge towards Upper Norfair and see who decides to stay and do some exploration and who decides to go towards Death Mountain, having access to Hera right away.
They don't have... well, I would imagine they can go to Death Mountain, save the uncle, do a reset to go get the lantern, and then go back and do Hera.
There's our gloves.
Oh, where's Gloves?
Gloves was in missile room below in classic Brinstar. Yeah, not having access to classic Brinstar, Maximum Barnage and SuperNinTaylor are gonna need to make sure they make their way there to get that mirror. But it looks like SuperNinTaylor's on their way there now. You need power bombs in order to take the shortcut from the Brinstar area, no, from the red Brinstar area.
Fortunately, since they don't have power bombs or speed booster, they can't go check the Billy Mays room.
They need only power bombs, actually, in order to get up there, because the block at the top is breakable with a power bomb or regular bombs or a screw attack. So they could wall jump up.
Nuff is trying to do the Spore Spawn skip, and he gets it. It's a bit finicky at times when it's like detecting whether or not the missile actually hit the block.
Yeah, it needs that block to be technically on screen, quote unquote, where the game has it spawned and the missile's able to destroy it. Got a reserve tank in the spacer room. A little extra safety net built in. Not sure how much they'll need it. These runners will need it for this run. Got a lot of early Super Metroid health.
Yeah, like already, Maximum's got like 6 energy tanks with the reserve tank too.
And the lack of power bombs, honestly, to me, making this really interesting for routing purposes, as normal shortcuts are not available, and a lot of rooms you'd want to knock out along the way to other things are not available right now. So we're going to check some hobo with MetroidMst.
They also did a check on the Hylian Island to see if that had anything, but it was just missiles.
Yeah, Island disappointing. Kind of typical at this point.
Now, if the hobo gave 300 rupees, he could double check to see what King Zora would have.
Spring Ball at high jump boot missiles. And there's our first set of power bombs.
There we go. Yeah, there's Spring Ball. At the very least, it's going to make navigation with the Morph Ball slightly easier.
Yeah, I'm always interested to see which runners end up remembering they actually have that, because a lot of runners tend to forget and still bomb jump to areas they need to.
I think there's like some areas in Meridian in particular that benefits a lot from having both high jump and Spring Ball.
Definitely. The sand pits come to mind there because you can just hold jump and Spring Ball off of the crumbling blocks in order to climb up into the Morph Ball areas.
Lenophis doing a nice corner jump there to get into Kraid's area.
Yeah, getting a Ice Beam check on Barnage here. No power bombs means they cannot check the item before Kraid here. So a little bit of a gamble knowing that they don't have power bombs, but it's a quick check if you come back this way. You tend to cross that path a couple times.
Oh man, I can only imagine if like they only go here to get the lantern, but what if Zora did have an important item?
Yeah, a couple of risky one-off plays or misses just due to some early deaths, such as the silver arrows not being found. What is that? Fire rod at the top?
I think it was. Lenophis unfortunately did not get the quick kill on Kraid.
No, Blue Cane.
Oh, it was Blue Cane.
And Blue Cane has some nice uses, such as killing blind. You're able to just kind of stand on him while he's going around, or just having some nice invulnerability for certain places.
Looks like MSC is making the call that since they have Lantern and Master Sword, they're going to get Aghanim right out of the way. Or, no? Oh, I guess they're going back to escape.
Got the gloves, able to kind of go right to towards... Oh. Yeah, MST going for that escape is actually going to be pretty nice, finding those silvers, knowing that that is something to loop in at some point, potentially. With Master Sword, it's going to be nice and quick. So, SuperNinTaylor here doing the Old Man Cave without lamp. However, they know where the lamp is, and they know they're able to get to it. So, you know, nice, easy logic check. And Lenophis, after Kraid, did get some power bombs, so able to check the item, actually. Just a missile expansion.
Yeah, that's like, just missiles. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's just some extra money, 250 rupees or so, in Red Cathedral. That'd be nice trying to check Zora later.
The Spring Ball mini boost is such that when you have the Spring Ball unequipped and you do a jump and then into Morph Ball, pause, and then activate Spring Ball, it'll allow you to jump in midair.
So top of Death Mountain on the ledge here is Book, and we have the Master Sword already. So this tablet, Ether Tablet, could be really important in the routing. If this contains boots, I mean, I could see a beeline right for Aga Tower.
Alternatively, they could also check out to see what Hera might have. It is a green pendant dungeon.
That bonus item on a quick dungeon is always feels nice.
Oh!
We have Dark
second
World.
Gloves! Oh, man.
We have Dark World access in an Aga Seed.
That is crazy. Yeah, and Taylor is making the call to go check out Hera.
And MetroidMst looking to clear Aga Tower, looks like, to get that early Dark World access.
It's a good call, honestly.
You know you need it, no matter what. So
might as well get it out of the way.
Yeah, don't leave any questions unanswered. Yeah, it looks like it is not a fire-locked Hera here.
Yeah, the big key was one of the first items they found down in the left room downstairs. So unless they find a key in any of these chests, then that would mean the last item is going to be in the other basement.
There's some Bubble Mountain here on Maximum Barnage.
Oh, did they find Ice Beam? Oh, I guess they did. It might have been in the Speed Booster room.
Speed Booster or the missile before this room.
MST is going to have to be playing carefully here. They're on one heart. Half a heart now. Oh. Now I just feel like I jinxed them.
Yeah, they had the fairy from the ice cave, so... A safety net's gone, but saved a bit of time. Aga Tower is not a place that's fun to die in because it takes a while to get back. Do the climb again.
Well, then Taylor found the key, so there might be another item down there, provided they've already found the map and compass.
Yeah, I did not see if they got the map and compass already, so it might be a dungeon item, may not be.
Well, seeing that they're leaving, looks like they already found the dungeon items.
I don't believe SuperNinTaylor picked up the lamp yet, though, so... They would not have been able to access it. It looks like our tracker's confirming there is an item in the Hera basement, so they're gonna have to come back for that.
At the very least, having Ice Beam makes traversing up Bubble Mountain a little bit easier if you don't want to bother trying to do infinite bomb jumping. Oh, almost got it there.
A little to the right, though. I don't think they'll be able to get up to the area they need to. Ooh, just...
Yeah, it is possible to get a wall jump up in there. It's tricky, but possible.
A little easier with high jump as you're able to get to the higher up where there's a little bit more room to jump off of. A bit more forgiving.
MSC does have to play carefully here with the Aghanim, but then again, that's not exactly a hard fight to die on.
Yeah, the blue balls are really going to be the thing that would kill you here if you're not able to be in the right spot to either detonate or just move out of the way. So it looks like playing a little safe by playing away from Aga. Looks like we had 0 blue balls so far, though. Speedrun dream.
Yeah? Yeah, no blue balls. Of course, now it's true hell territory. Dark world with only green mail and 3 hearts.
Yeah, it's basically a one-hit KO mode.
Oh, and then Taylor almost got the quick kill there.
looks like just some more super bombs up in the wave beam room. And MetroidMst here getting the Great Fairy Restore.
First time I've seen any runner do that on stream.
Oh, like you said, 3-heart green mail. It's going to be a little tight.
To answer that question, Phantom Fox, they are woven in a sense more that there are warp doors in both games that allow you to just switch from A Link to the Past to Super Metroid.
That's an ether tablet in Upper Norfair. Below the Red Ripper.
Lenophis getting the ice beam just before that, the red room in Bubble Mountain, so that's where it was. And a map check from MetroidMst. Looks like Turtle Rock and Misery Mire are both red crystals. I believe I saw Ice Palace was pendant, and I think Skull Woods was the other pendant. No early key in Palace of Darkness, so it is bow locked. Lenophis getting the ether tablet there. That might be hinting that either Misery Mire or Turtle Rock could be ether locked.
Yeah, we got we got Ice Rod. We need Fire Rod and Red Cane still for Total Rock, but Mire, once we get that Red Cane, will be somewhat available. We have the double glove upgrade, so we're looking for that flute then in order to get there, or access to Lower Norfair. It looks like we're getting some early kind of crossing over of the runners where they're trying to clean up items that the others already found. You know, instead of putting it off for later, you don't want to get too far off the path. You know, it's easy to loop it in now that you remember what to, you know, what to check and what to skip. So.
Since Metroid or MST does not have Hammer, they can't really go to check Hype Cave just yet.
They can access through the Dark Village, however, with the gold gloves.
I don't believe...
Have they not found the second one yet?
I'm not sure. Well, they have... I do believe they have at least the gloves, by the looks of it. Yeah, they've got gloves at the very least. I'm not sure if they've got golden gloves, though.
That's right, golden gloves are in that ether tablet in Death Mountain, and neither of them has been there yet, so... Putting off some checks here that will have some value. We'll see if Village of Outcast pays out for SuperNinTaylor.
MSC, at the very least, is going to give us a catfish check.
Nice quick kill by Maximum Barnage on Kraid there.
Well, neither Catfish nor Sick Kid had anything of use. Both had health items.
And with having Aga dead and having the mirror and Moon Pearl, the save and quit in Dark World will put you at the pyramid top. So a little inconvenience there from what was typically available to the runners.
So we'd have to save and quit in the Light World to get the different exit points?
Yeah, no more convenience there.
Okay, so I was wrong. It's Swamp Palace and Skull Woods that are the pendants. Given how late Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Infinite Bomb Jump by Lenophis, trying to get to the Power Bomb expansion room here. Seeing what I get an item, there's about 4 items after Croc to check up on, so yeah, pretty big payout. Yeah, so we've got a Thieves Town Screw Tack from SuperNinTaylor. That'll be a nice handy item for just convenience, killing some enemies, especially in lower Norfair. Just makes it a lot easier and safer.
Plus, I could also get through some bombable blocks quickly that way too. And it looks like Lenophis may have found Cane of Samaria in Norfair. There was a bit of lag on their side, so I couldn't quite tell from the pixelation.
Early X-ray check by Maximum Barnage. Can Infinite Bomb Jump at the end in order to get up to the ledge? Doesn't have Space Jump or Grapple to make it a little bit easier.
Okay, one of our trackers confirmed it was just a heart piece that Lenophis found. Both Lenophis and Maximum doing a variety of infinite bomb jumps here to get to places. Kind of impressed Lenophis can do the mid-air infinite bomb jump, as that's something I can't do. Like, if I ever want to do an infinite bomb jump, I always have to do it from the ground. I can never do it in the air.
Who takes the damage from the waver at the end and gets knocked out of the bomb jump.
Since he does have Ice Beam, he can use it as a platform.
Yeah, gets the easy Ice Beam up now.
He gets his revenge that way.
Now that we have the Super Bomb, I'm able to get a couple extra checks at this red Brinstar area. Not quite available. Oh, MetroidMst has not picked up Power Bombs yet, so we'll not be able to access those.
And to answer Chris's question, that's rather hard to say. I'm not sure if anyone's really in the lead right now. Maybe in Taylor, because he's got a lot of the progression items.
Yeah, it looks like he's leaving Maximum Barnage to do a lot of the Super Metroid tricks in order to clear up a lot of the checks there. And just kind of speedrunning Link to the Past itself, since they have access to so many dungeons right away. But with these randomizers, honestly, it's impossible to call a lead until basically you get to see who's on the path to the last boss right away.
Yeah, it's on. Oh, go ahead.
Given that it's a 2v2 race also, I mean, it also depends on how far ahead the other runner is. If your partner is falling behind a little bit because they were doing other checks, then they can also leave a lot of room.
It's not so much who finishes first, but rather which team finishes first. Because someone can finish first, but then the other team finishes, and then it's just they win. Well, and Taylor gets the Kale on blind here, and that's another, well, rather, their first crystal. Lenophis deciding not to take the heart piece and just move on back to Upper Norfair.
Yeah, Barter's finally getting to that classic Norfair area. Or Brinstar, sorry. Classic Bryn here. So Lenophis about to find the book, then the ether tablet's going to give him the other gold mid, so it's going to give him the other mid upgrade.
Then we get a digging minigame check. Oh, and there's another shield.
Yeah, it's a shield upgrade, which is a progressive item.
Would have been nice to have for the blind fight, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers.
Looks like we're going to get a smithy chain, though. With the mirror, it's pretty quick.
Sadly, they don't have either the mushroom to do the fake magic check or the magic powder to get the Mad Batch head, nor do they have the hammers to check out the spot down there either.
So Lenophis finding the regular mids, deciding to just save and quit. MetroidMst, he found the other mid location, so gonna basically head right there where it was found in order to get the mid upgrades.
And sadly, the smithies only had 20 big ones.
Stealing the smithy's life savings.
And then Taylor can make a few checks along the way to go see the thief in the desert.
Yeah, got what, K45?
Namely,
yeah, K45.
And Stumpy.
Yeah, I mean, did we already see a hype cave?
I don't believe we have. I think NinTaylor tried to get there earlier, but oh wait, wasn't it Taylor that got to Dark World first?
Wasn't it Taylor? Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have hammers, so he couldn't get in around the back, so this is gonna be first check of Hype Cave if he does get down there. Just missiles from Stumpy. Oh, we're getting a Zora check from Lenophis. Aw, just 20 rupees.
500 rupees for 20. Terrible conversion rate.
Obviously, the Zoras don't know how money works.
I see this question in chat again, so I'm going to go ahead and discuss it. This is a Link to the Past Super Metroid crossover randomizer. There are 4 warp points in either game where you can cross over from one game to the other. Items can be found in the other game for each other. So Super Metroid missiles, for example, could be found in Link to the Past and vice versa. This is a 2v2 race where the Team Red, Maximum Barnage, and SuperNinTaylor, and Team Blue, MetroidMst, and Lenophis here. We're in the middle of a tournament, and this is one of the seeds going on right now today. The first full team to finish, which is to kill the final boss of both games, Ganon and Mother Brain. Each player in the team has to kill both bosses, and then that team will be finished.
Oh, there was a very good Hype Cave check, because NinTaylor just got their 3rd sword, so they have Timbered now.
No spin attacks on Ganon today, and probably not going to be silverless either.
And we also just got a sub with Twitch Prime from Alucard.
That's 17 months in a row.
That is impressive.
And to answer the Eternal September, your question here, our players are able to interact with each other's games. They cannot interact directly. However, each team, or all 4 runners, have the same exact randomization locations. So they're able to communicate within their team to kind of discuss, go check here, you can skip this area, etc., and make more efficient runs, checks on the back end.
Which definitely makes for interesting races in and of themselves, since 2 players can check different locations and thus, you know, streamline the run to make it that much faster. Nothing from Agana, just missiles. We are going to be getting a Billy Mays check here.
Yeah, I don't know if Maximum actually checked it or not.
I think he did.
Yeah, nothing exciting. Piece of heart missile expansion. Looks like we're gonna get a main entrance to desert though. Without boots, a little bit risky as if the big key is on the torch or in the room that requires a small key, then will not be completable without the boots. But you don't win these without a little bit of gambling.
If the torch has either a key or the big key, then it's going to be boots locked.
Big key could also be in the compass room. Oh yeah.
Well, there's the big key.
Yeah, so we're not compass locked, but one of the items will be in a not accessible. Desert Palace has 2 items.
Oh, it's
There's
just
one.
power. It's just power bombs. So nothing too major to skip out on, but at the same time, it would be nice to get.
Yeah, so it looks like not boots locked at all at Desert Palace. Looks like SuperNinTaylor is going to check the right side as opposed to killing Lenophis first. There is only one other item. It could be off of Lenophis or the right side here.
I'm going to call it right... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, I'm going to call it right now. This is going to be... Oh. I thought this last item was going to be the map, but no, it was just power bombs.
So we're going for not finishing Desert Palace? Or did they not pick up the lamp yet? They don't have the lamp. They don't have fire source yet. Has not gone to Zoros. And MetroidMst here does have the lamp in order to do Hera basement once they get the small key here. I believe Maximum Barnage was not able to get that themselves, or sorry, SuperNinTaylor was not able to get that themselves. Again, not having fire access. So this long time not checking Zora, gonna put them a little bit behind, but doing a Chris Houlihan room here in order to get the money for Zora and a little bit of extra savings. Possibly just to buy an extra potion later, and also that Palace of Darkness needing 110 rupees. And a couple of mini games in the Dark World. Moldorm trolling hard on MetroidMst here.
Yeah, they just got bullied off the ledge. Oh! And a death to one of the red springy enemies.
Yeah, that bounce back can be lethal, as we just saw.
Oh, and there's another sword upgrade.
So we have access to all 4 swords then.
Man. Early butter sword right off the bat.
Got a lot of offensive power in Zelda, not a lot of defensive power early on.
Yeah, we haven't found too many hearts for poor Link. Or any of the males for that matter.
With that butter sword, maybe see some one-cycle Trinex kills.
Well, due to lag on Lenophis, I couldn't quite see what he picked up from the Etacoons. Okay, someone just confirmed it was just power bombs.
That was one of our trackers, Shalashaska there, confirming. Appreciate that. So a lot healthier this time. Metroid should... Oh, another fall.
It's one of those times that it kind of makes you wish you had the hammer, because even if it does have a smaller hitbox, it's just 3 whacks to Moldorm and it's dead, and it won't ever rage.
Yeah, and his teammates got the tempered sword, so it would also just be 3 quick hits. And Maximum Barton is probably heading towards the top of Red Tower here in order to check vanilla power bombs in a couple other locations. Maybe even just going straight to wreck ship. Yeah, looks like we might get a CWJ here, continuous wall jump.
Yeah, he's signed himself up for it.
A little short. That item kind of gets in the way a little bit sometimes the first time too.
I think really doesn't have to worry about it the second time. Oh, but he did back into the door too far.
Yeah, but you do get a couple extra frames for the jump if you do it from the previous room, but it is a bit quicker from the same room because you don't, if for multiple tries, as you don't have to wait for the reset. It's a really rough timing.
Because it's like less than a second delay that you have to get that jump. And even less getting that corner jump off the pillar. Oh, no. But he gets it!
Oh, that was beautiful. You didn't even see the animation for the wall jump there. Going right for the underwater item. And his teammate, SuperNinTaylor, clearing out Agate's tower. Way more hearts than MetroidMst had when doing it, so it should be relatively safe. And Lenophis looking to follow into wreck ship.
He is going out of logic here, but it is a good call since wreck ship does have a lot of items to find.
CWJ actually puts it in logic. That is a required trick.
It is?
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was more of tournament logic. Oh, wait, I guess this is tournament logic.
And using that super missile to clear out that clear out that ripper. No, CWJ isn't required. This is version 10. Only on the hard mode, I believe it is, which...
I don't think the tournament-generated ROMs are hard logic. They're just normal.
They're just normal, yeah, you're correct, so... Alright. Thank you, Alucard, 2004 for that one.
Funny enough, one of the runs I did commentary on that was hard logic. Didn't really seem hard logic since they just got all the progressive items pretty early.
Looks like vanilla power bombs is vanilla power bombs, and arrow capacity behind it. So, not a lot of great top of Red Tower.
I'm trying to remember, does both Varia and Gravity add armor bonus to Samus, or is it just Gravity?
It is just Varia, actually, in the randomizer.
Oh.
Gravity only gives you the movement in lava and water, and I believe environmental damage reduction, whereas straight enemy damage is done by Varia.
And also damage immunity from lava at the very least. Oh, getting that nice missile to super missile kill there on Fantoon from Maximum. I can only imagine like the timing behind like switching from missile to super missile mid-shot. I just now realized one of the benefits of getting Spring Barrel early.
Yeah, it's an oddly convenient item. You don't have to wait for those bombs to jump. Oh, there's our flute. So we have access to Misery Mire and lower Norfair. But Misery Mire is not going to be completable without that red cane. I just thought of a great troll of this. We saw the early hookshot required on the Lumberjack ledge, right? With what we have in Logic right now, we find that red cane in either Misery Mire or in lower Norfair, along with the hammer. We might have a chance at a ped boots requirement.
Oof. Man, that would be a troll. Though with maximum having Spring Ball here in Wreck Ship, he can make the check on the Speed Booster room in Wreck Ship with relative ease, since he doesn't have to do tricky Morph Ball jumps or mid-air Morph Ball.
Right, Pendant Swamp makes ped boots impossible. Thank you, Serious Business. I was trouble checking that, and yep, hookshot being required for Swamp makes that not a fun time. So it looks like Pedestal's probably just out of this seat altogether.
Aww. Well, I mean, we did get Aghanim requirement here.
I mean, you could be can't even have Fire Rod because, you know, we got Skull Woods also being locked with a Pennant. Red Cane is impossible because Meyer and... Or, sorry. That's actually not true yet, but, like, we'll see where this ends up. Logic can get really confusing real quick if you try to overthink it.
And now Meyer and Turtle Rock both require the Red Cane. Maximum's trying his hardest to get them mid-air Morph Ball bomb.
Yeah, try to pull off these SM tricks in order to get these checks out of the way, even though they're not in Logic quite yet.
Oh, you almost got it. There we go.
And Mollis only taking 2 Ice Rod shots.
Granted, it is harder to hit Lanmolos with Ice Rod since the projectile's slower.
A little slower than that Fire Rod. Not as difficult as Silver Arrows, but don't have either of those available, so just to go for that quick kill.
Nothing useful from Lanmolos, but it is a crystal boss.
And we'll see what the E-Tank room here has. Just a piece of heart. Looks like we're going to get a save and quit, or probably a quit here out of Super Metroid as they saved on the left side of Wreck Ship. SuperNinTaylor are going to find out early on that Palace of Darkness is going to be bow locked, so...
Speaking of which...
a lot of chests.
I wonder where the bow is at.
That is a conundrum.
I mean, and all
that could be Pedestal, actually.
Yeah, because Skull Woods and Swamp Palace neither need the bow.
Getting an attic clear here from Maximum Barnage.
That hallway is always such a pain to go through.
SuperNinTaylor have bow? Didn't see one in the inventory. Or maybe just kind of forgetting maybe that's going to be necessary in order to get past this next room here.
I think he might be doing the, yeah, he's going to go for the bottle glitch. There we go, he did the bottle glitch. For those that don't know about the glitch, the way it works is that while he's using the bottle as the screen transitions along the plane there, it kind of makes the room with the mimics in there not static, so that he can move all of them off to the side, which makes the game think, oh, he killed the enemies, I guess I should open the door. But in reality, they're still there.
Yeah, that's one of those weird things where the game only checks if the enemies are on screen, not actually dead.
Oh, looks like the speed booster room in Wrecked Ship has one of the mail upgrades. Oh, and there's boots! So boots are in pod.
Locked behind bow. So where's our bow?
That's a good question.
I get RNG's not fixing this crossover Alucard 2004 as MetroidMst had 0 blue balls and Leno had 1. Unless Leno missed one of his shots.
Oh,
Maximum Barnard found Red Cane up in this at the missiles in the sky.
it looks like he's trying to get back up there.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised not using the spring ball in order to set up the jump for starting the IBJs, because it's a little bit easier.
Maybe he's just more used to doing it via jumping than using the spring ball.
Yeah, that timing window is pretty tight. Oh, sorry. So Red Cane found actually on the ground. That was just 3 bombs up there. Was just checking the item. So we know we have access to Meyer in knowledge. So Red Cane being available, I've got a feeling that Ether is probably going to be the medallion needed for it, though we haven't had that confirmed yet.
Maximum going bowling.
Yeah, that's always the best time as a runner. You just go grab a drink, take a break, whatever you need to do real quick. We are getting our first ped. We're getting a ped check actually from MetroidMst here, with the book in this version 10 of the crossover randomizer. Dynamic text is in. You can check what is on the pedestal.
I make things go triple boom. Okay, so it's just bombs.
Yeah, it is just 3 bombs, so not gonna be a pedestal seed.
Aww.
Rest in peace, the dream.
Can you imagine if that was the bow? Oh, there's Quake Medallion.
And we got 2/3 chance of having the medallion required for Misery Meyer now, and Turtle Rock.
Just watch, both of them are going to be locked behind bombos.
So a lot of the sequence breaking really paying off for SuperNinTaylor and Maximum Barnage.
Yeah, NinTaylor just got Wave Beam from the King's Tomb. A good question from Laputin. How long has the Super Metroid A Link to the Past randomizer been around?
Yeah, I'd say about 3 months, maybe 4 months publicly released. It was in beta for a bit before that. And the Screw Attack, it looks like it is from the chest game there that SuperNinTaylor picked up earlier. I miscalled that on the Thieves Town. But yeah, it's Total was the main developer for it, and a bunch of runners and community members from either both randomizer groups and just from the base games themselves put together a lot of effort in making this possible. And I've played it a bunch of times myself. A lot of the community has, and it's been just a delight to play through, especially if you love both of these games.
It's one thing to have a randomizer for either game, it's another to have the randomizer affect both games. And just smush them together.
And getting the rest of Red Tower cleared out by maximum barnage. SuperNinTaylor looks like clearing out the rest of Hera and how, or at least checking out the rest of Death Mountain, at the very least. Don't know if they have a fire source yet. Did they go to Zora? Oh, yes, they did. They already they paid money for the 20 rupees, and looks like going to be clearing out the basement and not finding anything terribly progressive. So I'm waiting for the first team, now that we know that the flute is accessible. To going down to that lower Norfair and really opening up a lot of checks.
I'm curious now as to where Gravity Suit might be if Wrecked Ship had a lot of those nice items.
Yeah, either that or Grapple.
Grapple and Speed Booster too. And again, I don't believe Speed Booster is necessarily required to beat Super Metroid. Or is it?
It is not required to beat unless it is locking an item. So SuperNinTaylor is starting at East Death Mountain here.
Oh, he's going to be checking both.
No, both, yeah, the light and dark, which is nice to be able to combine both of those climbs in a single check. We check Paradox Cave first.
Plus, we'll also be getting a possible Turtle Rock check too.
At the very least, Medallion check, because we don't have Hammer yet.
Oh, Space Jump.
And I saw a statement here, Lex Chan in chat, speed not required, depends on if you get Iceman to get Dragon. Actually, in the crossover, there is an entrance to Dragon's area in Misery Mire. It takes you right to the missile room on the way to Dragon. So if you have that access, you do not need either of those items in order to access Dragon.
It's a pretty nice save, all things considered.
Looks like the Light World ledge here is not going to have much. Does SuperNinTaylor have that hammer? No. Oh, gotta find out quickly.
It's like, oh, I don't have hammer. I can't check this.
Nah.
Well, or rather, he can't get up there quickly. He can still go check it. It's just going to take a bit of a climb.
Bumper Cave Ledge has the red boomerang, so neither boomerang really going to be useful this run. The other one was in Gauntlet. Graveyard Ledge being checked by Lenophis.
All any runner needs is the glorious boomerang. Nice kill on blind from MST. But we are getting a Meyer check here.
So we do... Wait, Flute was in Wreck Ship, correct? So we do know it's actually locked in Logic currently, unless we find a hammer in order to get to the space jump or the we find a grapple or a gravity somewhere in logic currently.
It looks like Meyer is Bombos locked, while Turtle Rock is Ether locked.
Of course, one of them requires the medallion we don't have. One thing, we don't have Fire Rod and we don't have Bombo, so Ice Palace is not accessible yet. So that is not going to be any checks there. And just, kind of looking down the list and running out of a lot of zones to check.
And sadly, Hookshot Cave didn't have anything good.
Yeah, I mean, given what we found so far, it seems like it's pretty late in the logic chain almost. Looks like SuperNinTaylor Maximum Barter skipped ahead pretty quickly.
If they complete Aghanim, get the hookshot as well as getting the Zora flippers, they can go into Swamp Palace and complete that, because Swamp Palace has a lot of items.
Swamp Palace does still need oh, that's right, you could access it, but you do need hookshot to complete. But you're right, Bo could actually be there, which would essentially put them right back on the path that everything is in the right order. But it is hammer locked, actually, Swamp Palace. They'd only have one check in there available at the beginning without hammer.
Not necessarily. They could get in through the back of Kakariko. They do have the golden mitts, so they can move the boulders out of the way that are there.
No, but the first switch, water switch you have to hit is blocked by hammers.
Oh, that's true.
I always forget that myself. I gotta remind myself every time. But they have one check in the beginning they're able to get.
Like Maximum did a full reset after they saw that Golden Chorizo didn't have anything of worth.
And choosing not to complete that area currently. It's a bit dangerous, not able to kill the Golden Chorizos right away. Not without Screw Attack and or charge with Plasma or a lot of supers.
I'd be curious to know where Taylor's going.
So GT had Grav Suit, which means that gonna have to go around to get that. Space Jump is required in order to unlock that then.
Wait, GT?
Space Jump required seed. You do not see that very often.
GT doesn't mean Gen and Sour, does it?
No, Golden Chorizo.
Oh, Golden Chorizo.
Yeah, there's some discussion about whether or not we should be doing GT for those names anymore or not. There's our hammer in the front of Swamp.
Man, talk about hiding the key inside the house. Wait, are they not going to finish Swamp?
Looks like choosing not to get the rest of the early checks done in Swamp, instead immediately going down the path with the hammer to see what else unlocks. I'm trying to think of what unlocks with that, but I guess East Death Mountain unlocks with the gives you the space jump, which does give you gravity, which will then give you that Meridia access. Meridia might be the next progression point for these runners.
And also, to be fair, Lenophis is in Swamp Palace too, so MSC is probably making the call like, okay, Lenophis is going to do the exploring in Swamp Palace. I would explore elsewhere with the hammer.
Yeah, but also with that, Space Jump also does give you access to the wrecked ship, so that line of items could also bring you down towards the correct thing. We are on the search for Bombos and the bow right now with the Fire Rod. That gives us access to nearly the rest of the places in the game we need to be.
Yeah, I think once we find out where Fire Rod and Bow are, it's pretty much a go mode for Link to the Past.
Bombos as well. We need that Meyer.
Yeah, Bombos. Yeah.
So we have 3 items for no mode, technically, because I don't think all the runners know where all the items are yet. We have both teams kind of having half knowledge at this point.
Yeah, unless the runners know how to do the potion glitch for Pod, it's basically bow locked.
And the seed will not require that trick, I believe.
And once more, Lenophis' stream just getting that lag in to not show us what the item was.
And Metroid here going to the Dark World, checking that. It looked like it's going to be Ether, knowing that he has access. MetroidMst has access to it, but doesn't have it on them quite yet. But able to check that off their list of things that they need to have.
So it was a nice kill with Fantoon for SuperNinTaylor there. Didn't lose too much health.
So Lenophis here, I believe, just drowned the key on themselves.
Oh.
Oh, no, they actually got it before, so they should be fine. They did it in the right order. Oh, they don't have the hook shot in order to drown it, so actually they're fine.
Yeah, see, I can't ever, like, think of a time where I'd ever drown the key.
I have too many times.
And Taylor also getting their flute from the wrecked ship.
It makes that overworld access a lot more palpable. And Maximum Barton should think overall going to be pretty disappointed with this whole entire Crockmire check. Choosing to save, which I think is a great move. If you don't find anything down below worth it, then just reset.
Because at the very least, the exit is just right up there.
So Metroid finding that space jump, probably letting Lenophis know, like, hey, come get this. We're probably going to need it for a lot of our access. That is their wreck ship access. That is going to be the Golden Chorizo access as well. So actually, that does put everything in logic, because with that flute from wreck ship, that's going to let them have access to that lower Norfair, loop around in order to get access to that Golden Chorizo gravity suit. However, they are going to have to kill Golden Chorizo in this run now.
Not exactly an easy thing to do if you're low on supers. Or don't have
supers and have no charge.
Yeah,
we have no charging yet.
But to be granted, if you expend enough of your normal missiles to where Gold Chorizo just spits out the eggs, you can refill super missiles that way.
Still a pretty big time sink. And Metroid, I'm going to have a really easy time with this space jump, navigating wreck ship, navigating everywhere else.
You just jump, everything dies in front of you.
Yeah. The only odd timing with it can be the without high jump boots, if you're used to playing with them, is that re-jump place is a little off from what you're used to. Going immediately towards that wreck ship, staying in logic completely. Maximum Barton's making a decision on what to do here. Probably think about what to check next. I mean, with the space jump and screw attack knowledge, lower Norfair clearable is really easy, except for really going to require a lot of supers or a lot or that charge beam access.
The question is, are they going to enter in through Mire and just kind of loop around that way, or are they going to go in through the normal path and drown the acid to get to Gold Chorizo that way?
Only 30 supers for Ridley, however, Shalashalska, but the requirement also having to kill Golden Chorizo, you're going to need to double dip your ammo there without charge. And you can come back or farm for it, but it's going to take a bit of time. And in order to get in through with a lava dive through their front entrance, I believe they're going to need high jump for that. If they're to do a lava dive, but otherwise they need gravity and space jump. Or gravity with infinite bomb jumps as well.
Not sure why Lenophis isn't just saving quitting out of the rest of Death Mountain here. But I guess he still has
to clear east side, so I'm gonna probably go to the top.
Well, it looks like Spike Cave didn't have anything good.
No, nothing groundbreaking, it seems. I mean, that hammer in Swamp Palace is a bit of a troll. Yeah, that is a random place to be putting that kind of item.
Jason, honestly, I feel like these lags are like his stream's intentional way of like hiding the truth from us. It doesn't want us to know what he's picking up. I think he said that Bombos was above Golden Chorizo. Was that the item?
Gravity.
Gravity was above Golden Chorizo. Maximum just got his plasma meme and probably gonna go pick up his lantern next.
So MetroidMst about to find their flute, which is going to probably open up some eyes and pull Lenophis in that direction, especially after finding that space jump, or catching up with that space jump. SuperNinTaylor finally finishing up that Desert Palace. Well, probably on the way to lower Norfair here.
Well, look at some things. Looks like Maximum is going to be taking a Magnum next to get his hook shot.
Yeah, I mean, a mildly trolly seed with that hammer in, Swamp, and the Aga required, though not being required for the actual Dark World access, just being required for that hook shot.
The only thing that would have made this more trolly is if, Pedestal had bow. Or Fire Rod, for that matter. No, actually, it wouldn't be Fire Rod on Pedestal, since Skull Woods needs that.
Yeah, you need that Fire Rod to clear the boss area. Give that entrance.
Because I don't think Lantern can activate the tail to open up the boss area, right?
Nope, need Fire Rod for that. Fire Rod is the only thing that will burn away the bones there.
Poor Lantern just can't burn hot enough.
Doesn't quite have the same intensity. Screw tech, space jump, this attic clear is going to be no problem for MetroidMst. And again, our lower Norfair dip by SuperNinTaylor. Gonna check. We're gonna go instantly climb. Space jump making this a lot more navigatable. And they're gonna make this next room a lot easier.
The previous race I commented on, one of the racers did the infinite bomb jump to get past that ledge, but on the next one, with all the golden chorizos in it, he did a corner wall jump, like, in the right precise area to get to it.
Oh, that is rough.
Yeah, it took a number of tries, but he got it.
MetroidMst forward push into this ferry. Not a bad decision. Lost the earlier ferry while climbing Aga's tower, so gonna have that little bit of extra safety in into the past. And so, SuperNinTaylor activating the statue here to drain the lake. This is where the only time Super Metroid requires you to have space jump. This statue will check if you have it in your inventory.
And there's that blue male in the speed booster room.
And this is where Spring Ball comes in. You can just hold, jump, and boost across without falling through the crumble blocks. And here we go with the first Golden Chorizo fight. Super's equipped, going to try to get underneath the statue, push him against a wall as he jumps back from being so close. And you get a little bit in front of the hitbox of the attacks and just able to spam super missiles straight up. It's going to take quite a few because you can only hit him while he's got one caught in his hands. So using about 28 super missiles there.
Never hurts to get another heart container.
Yeah, especially we know that one of the males is a speed lock. We haven't even found the second one yet. This might be a green male seed.
We can also have a trolley seed in terms of which chest is going to have the big key in Ganon's tower.
Yeah, nice use of the power bombs here to clear out the waivers in order to pick up supers. I mean, it does have the screw tack to also do that, but you know, power bombs make it able to keep them grouped up. Much better place to farm than from the bees in front of Ridley. Get about 5 super missiles per power bomb. Really good ratio.
Plus, I've got more than enough power bombs to spare.
Yeah, we'll even have enough for a emergency crystal flash if needed, which I highly doubt with the 7 energy tanks currently being run.
How many does it take to do the crystal flash again?
It takes 11 power bombs, 10 missiles, 10 super missiles, and to have no energies in reserve, and I believe under 49 energy or so, or 49 or less, something like that. It's definitely a really good move to have in your back pocket. It can save a lot of runs and a lot of time. It's better to farm a little bit of resources after being used for that than to take a death.
Of course, space jump making these areas here trivial.
Yep. A space jump and the that screw attack is just, again, so handy. I mean, a lot of times coming through here on these randomizers, you won't have a charged plasma beam to kill these or the screw attack, so you either have to dodge or sink way too many super missiles into them.
So I don't think they're affected by power bombs, are they?
I believe they are, but it still takes quite a few to kill them. And nice Phantoon fight by Lenophis there. We didn't really speak to it. We've seen Phantoon a few times already, but, you know, always a good GG on that.
Super Metroid Manual didn't tell you how to do any of those like special moves that you can do with certain beam combinations. Because I know if you have just... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, there's a lot of hidden Easter eggs like that. It's really fun of the developers to leave those little types of things in the game.
Because I know if you have just charge beam and ice, and you charge the beam but don't fire it after a few seconds, you get kind of a like ice shield that uses up, I think, 6 to 7 missiles.
They all require power bombs to do the special beam combos, I believe. And as chat's discussing, yeah, there's cutscenes if you leave Metroid idle in the beginning of the game on the splash screen, but it shows you moves exist, but it doesn't tell you how to pull them off. And missed it, but that was our anthem for the bird. Link to the past. So Lenophis, having heard where the flute was, just beelining it straight to Rex ship. You know, again, get those progression items early, because it's going to open up more and more checks to loop in as you're trying to be as efficient as possible.
Now the while, NinTaylor making ever so closer to Ridley.
Yeah, lower Norfair, I'm betting is going to have at least one progression item in it, as it seems the most logical place to go next with what we have. I mean, we have access to the front of Total Rock with that red cane, but we don't have access to the rest without Fire Rod. There's only a single chest you can check.
And thanks for sure. It is nice to get Ridley out of the way. Oh, Spazer's in Checkerboard Cave.
Spazer are going to be left and abandoned today. Spazer, the beam that tried.
What do you mean? If you can't find plasma anywhere, Spazer is a nice substitute.
Oh yeah, it definitely does. Helps with the extra damage, especially early game. But once you find it early, when we had that early plasma, it was just early GG to Spazer there. We're getting a little too far forward there, MetroidMst. Still able to recover, get in the right spot. Wasting some supers to get hitting the wall here while bosses jumped. Ooh, running out. Have to switch to missiles and hope for the best. Plasma does make it a bit easier to farm here. Gonna need more than one super missile to finish this fight. So I got a few extra drops off the second waves. Yep, gonna just go ahead and sacrifice for it.
There we go.
A nice save there. We got a Ridley fight by SuperNinTaylor. Gonna require 30 super missiles to kill Ridley. Now Ridley's got kind of a weird health issue where once you do all the max damage, Ridley won't die on his own, and you'll need to be caught in order to actually finish him off at times once he's in Berserk mode. Nicely done.
That is one out of the way, boss. Finally down.
Yeah, that's just some rupees hiding there. A little wallet saver. And Maximum Barnage also bottle glitching in order to get past those mimics. So the big question right now, I think, is going to be SuperNinTaylor and Maximum Barnage. When are they going to check that Swamp Palace? Because that is not a common check to make without a hammer. As you only get that one chest in the gaming, and the hammer is required. So going to be a little interesting.
I mean, SuperNinTaylor did do the skip with Pod and got. Actually, I don't remember what item it was that we found in.
Boots and red can, I believe, actually. Wait, was it red can because of...
No, it was just boots.
It was just boots, yeah. Red can was wrecked ship, so... We'll see if the lower Norfair backend here has any progression in it. And also, given the way the seat's playing out, I highly doubt we're going to be seeing a Great Fairy check, the Pyramid Fairy.
Especially since the 5-6 crystals are in Mystery Mire and Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and how much those are locked behind currently.
Oh, there's Bo. SuperNinTaylor found it on the way out of Lower Norfair.
So that Bo puts us back fully in logic, you know, with the boots and leading into Hookshot. Hookshot hasn't led into anything from what I can remember from the item locations, though. So,
I mean, Hookshot.
Swamp Palace ends up being required fully in the back on the back side too.
Yeah, because like Swamp Palace, you know, with Hookshot, that leads you to Swamp Palace, and that had Hammer.
Yeah, but knowing that you need Hammer to even get past the first chest, the first item chest. It looks like Maximum Bard is going to be starting the lower Norfair clear himself. We'll see if Lenophis decides to stay in lower Norfair as well. Looks like yes, going to be clearing it as well. So they're going to get their double. We're going to get a lot of lower Norfair right away here. Maximum Barnage heading this way too. And you know, with Gravity, we do actually have Meridian open too. So we have a lot of item checks there. Tons of places. Or Maximum Barnage choosing not to. Maybe.
He doesn't have space jump.
Ooh, yeah, gonna have to do that East Death Mountain in order to have access. Got a question in chat here. Who's winning by Jin's gaming channel? It's really tough to say in randomizers, as you know, Lenophis and MetroidMst seem kind of ahead now that Maximum Barnard has to re-clear East Death Mountain, but you know, Lenophis has not cleared any Link to the Past dungeons yet, and we know that, you know, there's 2 crystals found by MetroidMst, so it's really anyone's game in these randomizers. A lot of decisions about like where the bow is and a lot of that those pieces as well can make for a really interesting endgame here.
And plus, even if they have the knowledge, it's also into execution too. So if they like mess up and pulling off certain tricks and on that, or just spending too much time checking something, could give the other team the advantage.
So MetroidMst here doing some super missile farm, not farming with the power bombs like some of the other runners. So far, honestly, I mean, all the runners putting on a really great show so far. Make sure, if you haven't already, check out their individual channels and give them a follow. Great stuff as always. And again, another shout out to our 2 trackers here, Merc249 and Shala Shalska. You know, doing a great job keeping us up to date on what the runners have found. You know, when myself and my co-caster here, Pansnack, have not been able to. Always keep an eye on things.
Yeah, Ridley's not happy right now.
Yeah, finishing off with some regular missions, trying to save some supers for the escape and some checks after. More than likely.
It looks like MetroidMst's got his space jump.
Yeah, a little low on supers though, so gonna have a tough time fighting that golden chorizo. Looks like going for the save here just in case. I personally believe that's a really good move.
So now I'm curious to know where NinTaylor's going next.
With everything in place, I mean, Hookshot doesn't really open up per se any checks, but they need that hammer to really fully put themselves back on logic. Gonna quickly remember, they don't have the hammer. They can't enter through this way. It looks like all the runners kind of having that remembrance of, I don't have the hammer yet. When it gets
it's that muscle memory.
Yeah, I mean, looks like gonna go check possibly the front of Skull Woods. I don't know if they've checked it yet. Yep, we're gonna get that front of Skull Woods check and possibly loop in Graveyard Ledge and a couple of other northern checks. Maybe the check of the Bumper Cave, see if that's gonna lead to anything. Decided to skip out on Skull Woods. And another great Ridley fight from Lenophis here. And here we go towards that Swamp Palace for SuperNinTaylor. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a swamp check and a little interesting path. I mean, probably may forgetting that with the aggro requirement has the front of Hyrule Castle open, so it could have had a quicker path here, but just checking to check this. So yeah, we're gonna have essentially a tied seat at this point. We're gonna see who really pulls ahead after this. It's gonna be.
Well, looks like NinTaylor is going to just.
Pod, so we're gonna, yeah. So we're 2 items away from go mode. We need their Fire Rod and Bombos. Oh, Maximum Barter's taking the death on Golden Chorizo. This is why that save was so important. And also why it's really hard to tell who's ahead in these runs. I mean, both teams have had a few unfortunate deaths that have just, lost a few seconds here or there, maybe a minute here or there, but really easy to kind of, have these mistakes or just have these moments where, you're trying to just go fast and, the health is a little low at certain points, maybe not be used to it.
NinTaylor also just making the call not to finish Swamp Palace.
Yeah, I mean, we got a left side. Left side Swamp Palace was cleared up by the blue team, but no real progression there. The back of it could have some. So interesting to be passing on that now because it does take a little extra time to reset up and open that up. Yep, look like he's going to be going right for that pod clear those crystal dungeons. Especially knowing that maximum barnage has to still go there for the hammer. Maybe waiting for maximum barnage to get to that point in order to full clear it.
The Maximum's got his gravity suit, provided he gets finished with Golden Chorizo here.
Trying to figure out where Lenophis is going here. I thought did they not conclude earlier that?
No, they died. Remember?
And Croc?
Oh, and I said Maximum.
Oh, Lenophis. Oh, it looks like doing some farming.
Yeah, this
having some trouble again. Ooh, can only take 2 more hits. Gonna use the reserves.
Let's find it weird that the Kano Samaria block has to be in a specific position just to get on those switches.
Yeah, graphically it doesn't always look like the sprites are lined up properly. Oh, taking that super missile to the face.
This fight is not going well for them.
Chat, let's give Maximum Barnage our energy. Get them through this fight. And here's our first Meridia dip by Lenophis. Gonna be able to check quite a few things. Gonna check see if speed's gonna be required here. Is that high jump boots?
What, a Meridia?
Yeah.
Could be.
Oh, is that supers? Okay, it's hard to tell there for a moment. Let's see what Mama Turtle has for us today. Energy 10, or a piece of heart, a little bit of love, and the hidden item is just 10 arrows.
So nothing good in Mama Turtle.
Yeah, she wasn't holding anything back from us today.
Yeah, only 4 swings to take down the Halmarock King with a tempered sword.
Oh, Maximum Barnage is actually going to exit from Golden Chorizo.
Probably a good idea, and just like farm for some energy and missiles.
I thought this door locked actually, so it looks like they're able to just kind of go back around and not have to kill him. That lack of screw attack, though, is going to be a little bit make Lord Norfair a little bit more difficult for them, actually. They did not clear Thieves Town or Village of Outcasts yet. We're getting some beach clearance here. Looks like we found our bombos on beach. So Meridia giving us our next piece of progression. That's going to bring Meyer into the picture. Meyer could be our bow and or our fire... Oh, no, sorry, our fire rod, and then we would be in full go mode. Or at least no mode. But I believe... Blue team will be in full go mode at that point.
I'm just surprised we haven't found Speed Booster anywhere.
Metroid going to be finding the boots here in order to find that hook shot for them. Yes, and Chad bringing up a great point here for serious business. That is going to be our Bombo is going to be our Ice Palace access as well. We are able to fully clear that dungeon with a bomb jump. Even without, actually, because we have all the items required, so going to be really nice with the hammer, able to clear out the back area. And we're going to see an ice clip here in order to get to Batuin. Lenophis going to freeze the larva there. Going to try to jump on top of it, clip through, and nicely done. Then nice armmost kill by SuperNinTaylor.
That's another dungeon down.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just good to start checking things off the list. You know, you can forget about them later then, if you know when you can grab them in and not need to fully clear. Looks like gonna head up to Turtle Rock with everything available. Not gonna be able to get anything past that first chest, but if that first chest has that fire rod, that could be our access. That is an X-ray scope on Batuin energy tank there.
No charge beam just yet, so not much use for it right now.
Yeah, no microwave today so far.
I think NinTaylor was about to head up towards the Norfair portal, but it's like, maybe I should go finish Swamp Palace. Or no? Where is he going?
Maybe gonna go towards that Ice Palace, or
yeah, he's going for Ice Palace.
Ice or back of Meridia. They don't have bombos yet. Can't do Ice Palace. There's gonna be a back of Meridia entrance. So this is gonna be our last portal we haven't seen yet. This will Dark World Ice Cave here will take you to the missiles by Dragon. Missile refill.
And thankfully, since they have Spring Ball, they'll make for getting past those annoying Nautilus enemies a lot faster.
Yeah, those can be really annoying, honestly. Pretty trolly, too. Maybe forgetting they have Spring Ball. Just kind of going to do the clip. Faster if you can get the clip pretty quickly. So, nicely done there.
Those are some very nice clips.
And Dragon's starting to swoop really quickly here. Is a little low on health. Pumping full of some more missiles. Nice spam by Lenophis. Great kill.
Maximum's almost at Ridley. I think he's just got this room and then the room with the karate space pirates.
Looks like Dragon only having some missiles in both the room before and behind him, so not a lot of great items. But we have sand pits now. No grapple means Shaq may not be here for this seed. Little sad, but
I mean, alternatively, they could always do the ice clip, but then that's not a logic.
Yep. So we'll see where Lenophis decides to go. Not going to check plasma. I mean, something to note here is I believe Lenophis definitely has to clear a couple of dungeons still to catch up to Metroid MST and making sure that they both have to complete, you know, all the crystal dungeons and complete both games. So having one runner on a team be a little bit much further ahead in a game than the other doesn't always work out too well.
It's like it's one thing to get all the progression items. It's another if like one has completed more dungeons than the other.
Metroid MST, I believe, did go back for those silvers.
Which is a good call in all honesty, since it makes a lot of the boss fights a lot quicker. Rock King in particular, it's just one shot. It also makes the Vitreous fight a lot easier too, since the little eyeballs all just take one shot.
Lenophis look like maybe thinking about the ice clip, but deciding against it.
Maximum's got the Ridley kill.
Now gonna go check that plasma.
At the very least, I think Maxima probably knows that Bo's down here if SuperNinTaylor told him that.
Yeah, gonna be heading right towards that on the escape from Lower Norfair.
Yeah, Black Moon, both Lenophis and Maximum Barnage have done none of the crystal dungeons. It is in Maximum's favor though, since he's beaten Ridley, although Lenophis has beaten Dragon.
I believe no, they both have bows, so I'm pretty sure they both beat Ridley as well. I might be a little bit behind on that.
I don't know.
Bombos Actiboker was in Meridia Beach. Snail clip here by SuperNinTaylor.
Nicely done, but all for 20 big ones and then 300 big ones. Taking damage just to get, you know, extra damage protection.
Yeah, those iframes being able to clip into those anti-fairies.
I'm not sure if it was with V10 or not, but I kind of feel like the anti-fairies are changed a bit so that it's like they push you rather than just like you take damage and just clip right through them.
Oh, they always did a push. It's just you always don't expect it is kind of the problem. Or if you don't get pushed, like you get drained quickly if you get caught in the corner by them.
Yeah, because sometimes when you're trying to get that button by taking damage from the anti-fairies, it's like you don't get pushed, but then sometimes you do. It's kind of weird.
MetroidMst not getting the one cycle on the red-eye creatures. You see, Armos fight with the silver arrow is going to be trivial.
All for 20 rupees and a crystal.
Yep. Curious to see where Leno's going. Possibly to check X-ray room. Now that they have space jump, a lot easier and a pretty quick check, but it's only a single item to check off the list. Oh, we got speed now too in that west sand pit. Oh yes, X-ray was super, but it looks like we might try to get some speed checks here with Waterway.
Yeah, he is pretty close to it.
Immediately going there, possibly thinking that it's just this is gonna be where that fire rod is. You know, following the logic of what items are from where and the order of grabbing it. Just thinking like this is it. It does have that mire and ice palace, so access. So
oh, NinTaylor not
going in there. I don't think MetroidMst picked up bombos. No, I'm gonna quickly remember doesn't have what's needed for this. Gonna probably head to Meridia themselves.
That's a NinTaylor deciding not to get Speed Booster. Let's
possibly gonna check the other one first to see if there's anything else, and possibly loop in Plasma to see if they need to double dip there. So we'll probably see SuperNinTaylor go back for the speed now. Checking both sand pits first, just to see if they're going to need a double dip. I mean, it could be a time waster, it could be a time saver. I mean, each argument's got its validations, but I think they're going to go for speed now and probably loop in Plasma with that check. So Maximum Barter's going to start catching up on these crystal dungeons. And I believe the Waterway only being rupees is gonna make speed not required for this.
Thank goodness for that.
I'm willing to bet that bombo is going to give us our next progression, though.
I think that the next progression item is going to be in Misery Mire.
Misery Mire or Ice Palace. Oh, we do have the Criteria Shaft missiles here.
Oh, come on, don't do this again.
Oh, the suspense.
Oh, he already got it.
Getting the pegs here down by... I don't believe we had to just check yet since we found the hammer. There's our high jump boots. That's going to be a nice mobility upgrade. See if we get a pause by Leno, see if we got any progression here. Maybe going to catch up on some dungeons. Yep, looks like that's it. Yeah, it doesn't look like we got any fire rod or anything.
It's a good blind kill from Maximum. Having Tempered makes that fight a joke.
MetroidMst picking up that hook shot first for their team. Looks like going for that Misery Mire. Doesn't have Bombos again. Can't access. Or maybe...
He's probably going to be... no, he's already done Desert Palace.
Trying to get to Meridia. Yeah.
But just remembered, oh, this goes to back of Norfair.
Yeah, we're gonna use Upper Norfair here to access that Meridia.
Man, what if Fire Rod was in back of Swamp? There'd be 2 progression items in 1 dungeon.
Oof.
And again, there was one seed that I commented on with, I think, Miss Metroid, where Pod had 4 progression items.
Yeah, that's always rough to find too, because then it's like, okay, where am I supposed to go next? Looks like just gonna Max Mars is gonna warp right out of here, not even check the rest of Swamp. The Swamp's kind of a big unknown, but there's a lot of logic upgrades coming kind of in place, so if you kind of just go down the tunnel, probably expect to find a fire rod somewhere.
I mean, honestly, Swamp Palace has a lot of item locations too.
I believe 5 total?
Yeah. Although I think Misery Mire has a lot of items as well.
Misery Mire's only got 2.
Oh, it is? Oh.
Yeah. Misery Mire doesn't pay out big typically, but it sometimes can be very important. Ice Palace, I believe, has a few. But we'll see with this Bombos to see if anyone decides to follow that. Oh, it looks like, yeah, we did get our first Misery Mire play here. But SuperNinTaylor running out of hearts here.
He was just checking this like, okay, can I get some health back? Oh, I don't have anything in this bottle.
Not sure if SuperNinTaylor picked up that cane to use here or not either. The blue cane could also be used to kind of go over those spikes safely. And MetroidMst quickly go into the speed booster to make the rest of Meridia pretty quick and easy. Not sure if it's really a time saver or not, but, you know, just knock it out now. Don't forget it. And this is where I was saying Spring Ball is really handy to have. You can use it to just jump off the crumble blocks at the bottom, but using the wall jump either way with a quick morph to efficiency.
Rather surprised MSC doesn't have Spring Ball.
Ah, you're correct.
Because they didn't use it when trying to get to Speed Booster.
Yeah, by no means a mandatory item, but very convenient as we talked earlier.
This little puzzle here in Misery Mire is going to be slightly tricky since they don't have Fire Rod. I think they could just do the block glitch.
Yeah. You gotta be really quick without Fire Rod to get all of them with while opening.
Thankfully, the game does give you just enough time to get all of them if you're using Lantern. Oh, Charge Beam and Misery Mire.
That'll be nice. No ammo locked Mother Brain today. The Charge Beam typically in Logic, I believe, for Ridley, so.
No big key just yet, though. Yeah, then Taylor doesn't have the Cane of Brian, nor does he have the cape.
Yeah, no, none of that safety backup there. Gonna go check Vanilla Red King location. Has the hook shot to make this easy.
I guess he's already got the... No?
Oh, Big Key's probably in here.
Yep, there it is.
Oh.
No, he must go do it again.
And getting that cleanup of Eastern Palace by Maximum Barnage, Palace of Darkness by Lenophis, and heading towards Dragon is MetroidMst, so...
Just absolutely destroying Botswoon.
Yeah, with the kind of hodgepodge of bosses completed and not completed, etc., it's still anyone's game. It is way too close to call right now. We are a fire rod away, however, from go mode.
I just really hope that there's no other important items here in Misery Mire.
It looks like boss is going to have the last item on it. Vitreous.
Yeah, these sections here in Misery Mire without Lantern is a real pain to do. Although the one in Turtle Rock is equally painful, if not more so. Yeah, that's another possibility there. Fire Rod being in Mimic Cave.
Yeah, that's got a low chance, though.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't Mimic Cave.
We do still have all of Ice, I believe, to go through, so... Oh yeah, SuperNinTaylor not having picked up the silvers yet. Having to do Vitreous Vanilla with low health. Ugh.
So long as he does not stay in the center of the room, he should be fine.
Yeah, but those eyeballs can hurt really badly as well.
And that's Dragon down for MST. They're officially in go mode with Super Metroid at the very least.
Yeah, I believe there's only what, 1 or 2 checks left in Super Metroid that could be done, which would be Shack Tool, and I believe that's it.
Yeah, they don't have hook shots, so they'd have to do the ice clip. Looks like it was just a key from Vitreous. I think the one chest that NinTaylor did not check in Misery Mire was the one that's on the spikes.
Yes, had low health. Going back in. It's all a question in chat, and we're 2 minutes, 13 seconds into this, near 2:15. This is a Super Metroid Link to the Past randomizer tournament, 2 versus 2. Teams must finish both games. Both players must finish both games. Items from either game can be found in the others, so you can find missiles and energy tanks in Link to the Past, or even upgrades like Plasma Beam as we had earlier. Teams are allowed to share info amongst each other, and there is some logic built into the game with warp points that let you go between back and forth, so items could be in any location, but the game is accessible without major glitches, etc.
And Taylor is making the good call and getting the blue potion first before going into Ice Palace here.
The Ice Palace, no Fire Rod, only having Bombos. You know, don't have half magic yet. Let's make it safe. Make sure you're able to cast that last spell you need.
Thankfully, there aren't too many rooms that require you have to kill those ice guys.
Yeah, I believe they're going to need 3 uses of bombos in order to clear this dungeon without Fire Rod. Well, if they want to do all the item checks, that is. 2 required, 1 for an extra item check.
Which I believe the extra item check is the room with the cracked floor above the big chest.
Yep, correct.
Oh, it's the shovel.
Oh, we're gonna have some fetch quests going.
Yeah, what if Fire Rod's in that dig spot close to where Stumpy is?
It's gonna be Fire Rod is gonna lead to the powder, which is gonna lead to the mushroom, which is gonna lead to the Fire Rod. Come on, let's just get fetch quest after fetch quest. That'd be great. So MetroidMst in a little bit of a better place here, able to check this last item. We're gonna find just those missiles. And Big Key being in the chest behind the blue switch is a little bit trolly, honestly. There's not a common chest to check in a quick loop around Misery Mire. Yeah, looks like SuperNinTaylor here is going to pull off a bomb jump in order to skip these blocks.
And on a side note, I always love seeing that strat of just getting that double kill on the first 2 style foes you'll see in this dungeon.
Oh, the bomb into both style foes kills?
Yep. It's just so satisfying seeing both die at once. I also had no idea those duck things actually die in 1 hit from the hook shot.
Yeah, it's really handy if you're only going in there with the fighter or master sword. Ooh, that tower room causing a bit of damage to MetroidMst. Looking for a little extra health. Gotta be careful here. Ooh.
Then Taylor going to the right side of Ice Palace first, probably checking out all the items he can.
You need that Fire Rod, might as well full clear. Double dipping Ice Palace feels bad. And gonna help out Maximum Barnage with being able to go mode it as well. Just getting a reserve tank down there in H. Gonna check Vanilla Big Key location. It's another small key. I believe Cold Stare is gonna have our last item from the looks of things so far.
Man, can you imagine if that was just a vanilla Big Key chest?
I mean, Big Key not required for the boss in this dungeon if you can bomb jump.
And Taylor doing a few hammer swings to get through the ice a lot easier.
We'll see if the bomb boost gives us anything good from the enemies, and that's just a map. No Big Key means going right down towards the end of the dungeon. Going right for Cold Stare. Or not. Check one more room here. There's our Big Key in the T room, so bomb jump not being in logic, of course, so should have been accessible. Always forget that room.
It's definitely a pretty out of the way room.
Yeah, looks like we had a couple of big key trolls here with Ice Palace and Misery Mire. ₹20 in a big key chest. Should have one more item here at Cold Stare. Or actually, probably be our last key, so.
Try to does Cold Stare take any more damage from bombos if you reuse it while he's in those puffs?
I believe it takes 0 damage while in the ice, and bombos doesn't do anything except just one-shot the ice block. Little dangerous fight here with Green Mail on Cold Stare. Nice use of the blue potion. That's why you pick that kind of thing up. The MetroidMst haven't going down to 1 heart as they go into the basement of Mire. The Mire basement isn't the most dangerous thing, but nope, there it is. That fireball right to the face, unfortunately. Oh, I had that fairy in the bottle, though, from picking that up out of the wrecked ship. Paying off huge right there.
And then Taylor has to play careful here. One more hit from the ice block.
There we go.
Oh, it was just Compass.
Oh, it was Compass, yeah. There was no more required items in there. So Lenophis goes into Ice Palace himself, going to find that shovel, and we'll see if the shovel is what digs us out of this trouble.
Oh, no wonder people don't finish Swamp Palace. It's just a pendant dungeon.
Yeah, it's pendant, but there are 5 items in there.
That's how I was still just wondering why people just walk out of it, because I kept thinking it was a crystal dungeon, but it's not.
Yeah, I mean, guaranteed Skullwood's not required this seed. Not going to see Mothula today.
Thank goodness for that, because that fight is a pain.
Especially if you have to do it early. Looks like not following the shovel chain right away. It looks like they just dip Turtle Rock early. If it's not a small key or fire rod on that first chest, not going to be able to progress really. Maybe check a Spike Cave while making the way over. And Silver Arrow Vitreous by MetroidMst. You're going to see how this fight can go. Just quick, just easy. One shot all the little eyeballs. Use the sword to keep them away as they come at you. Watch out the lightning. And then 2 shots the boss with silvers. The silvers doing 100 damage each. Boss having 200 health, or over 100 health at least then. Lenophis is going to go ahead and finish that Ice Palace, clear out the right side here. Did not do the bomb jump, not needed. Not going to be required by logic. So MetroidMst looking like to be the one to volunteer for the Turtle Rock dip for his team.
It looked like then Taylor was going to go for that portal, but it was just like, oh wait, there's just the portal right above it anyway.
You got to use that in order to open up Turtle Rock. I don't think any of them have cast Ether yet there. Oh, blocked by the...
You mean rock blocked?
Yep. Those enemies can be incredibly annoying.
I'm so thankful that A Link Between Worlds has them so that they can be killed.
Oh yeah. Was a good change. So let's see, this is synchronized Turtle Rock dip here. Let's see if this pays off. It looks like MetroidMst actually is going to go finish Hookshot Cave because they did not come up here with the sequence broken hookshot that SuperNinTaylor had earlier. Or SuperNinTaylor and Maximum Barnage had. They were able to sequence break the hookshot in order to check Hookshot Cave earlier, but had no payout, so... It's just a mushroom. Fetch quest it is.
Yeah, so he's got to go check.
Yeah, we got shovel and mushroom. I'll probably check that mushroom first, because yep, you can drop off right there. Give it to the lovely witch outside. It's a very convenient. Can also keep the portal then up there. There's our fire rod. We are amazing. In no mode and soon to be go mode for both teams actually. So this is gonna be a really close finish, to be quite honest.
Man, that's impressive that the witch can turn that mushroom into a fire rod. Must have been one combustible mushroom. I didn't even notice that Maximum had already finished Dragon.
Yeah, he was caught up on that earlier, so that will probably put Red Team in a slight lead from overall dungeon completion that I'm seeing right now.
And having Silver Arrows made a very quick fight with Victories here, got a 0 cycle on him. Very impressive fight, I have to say.
So MetroidMst here, beelining it with that fire rod right to Ice Palace, saying, I'm going to skip out on Turtle Rock. I can easily clear this now. I mean, even though you have Bombos, you know what? Just clear it now, because you can then loop in your Turtle Rock with your Ganon's Tower with the end game.
I'll probably share that information with Lenophis. So it's just like, okay, don't... Oh, actually, Lenophis already has Ice Palace done.
Yeah, but unfortunately, you have to complete that fetch quest in order and go into Turtle Rock first in order to complete Turtle Rock. So I would say that this is a pretty trolly seed. You had the hammer in front of Swamp, where you typically don't want to go without hammer. You had the hookshot on the ledge behind a long string of logic, and you had the fire rod access mushroom fetch quest in Turtle Rock.
I think I remember one of the seats I commentated on, Ice Rod, like, the Ice Rod was one of the last things they needed to finish up Turtle Rock, and it was in Hookshot Cave. And we just commented, like, wow, way to, like, hide the key under the doormat.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it on Laser Bridge. There's always interesting, because the question is do you gamble on it, or do you typically try to full clear it? You know, and push, you know, do you full clear everything else looking for it? So we're going to see some dungeons starting to be raised here. We're going to get a pretty quick Ganon Tower clear check from SuperNinTaylor, who seems to be way out in the lead, but you know, Maximum Barnage is going to have to be playing a lot of catch up on this.
You know, despite the trolley spots for locations, this is still going pretty quickly for the runners.
Yeah, and we'll see how trolly Ganon's tower decides to be when we get there. That's our last bit of a little bit of troll.
Let's hope to God it's not in the tile room.
So MetroidMst here going for the bomb jump to just speed clear Ice Palace, knowing that the rest of the dungeon is not needed. Has the red cane, so able to do the activate the switch.
Oh wow, Vanilla, big key location in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that's not a thing you see too often.
Usually, I usually just see like the big key. You get it really early, like one of the first few chests you check. Is he gonna check Mimic Cave though, or should he gonna skip it?
I think you just skip it at this point.
Yep.
Temporary. There's no real reason.
Man, they're taking on Ganon with just green tunic and was that 10 hearts?
Yeah, but I think most runners should have 2 to 3 bottles at this point. I think a couple of blue potions, and you give yourself that little bit of extra breathing room. And plus, if you have the blue cane, but no half magic does kind of make it again a little bit, that little extra danger in it. Be interested to see if they decide to check laser. Actually, they are going to have to check laser bridge for one of the keys, so we'll probably get a full laser bridge clear here.
And Taylor made good use of the invincibility frames from being in the colored blocks when activating them. One trick I've seen a few runners do when they're in this platform section is utilizing the hookshot to get invincibility frames, just so they don't take unnecessary damage from the fire bars.
Yeah, it all depends on your comfort level of dodging the, going through laser bridge and also dealing with Trinex. However, the back end of laser bridge, there is a kind of a safety room you can, exit the dungeon from and kind of have a save point there, essentially, if you die. But SuperNinTaylor grabbing that key and just beelining it now to Trinex, trying to just finish as quickly as possible. Even though they are a bit ahead of their, colleague here.
Made really speedy movements through those colored blocks. That was impressive.
Yeah, Ethan missed the switches there with the red cane or any range item you use in order to flip them.
Here we go with Trinex. Doing the smart move and getting the red one out of the way.
Yeah, get the red one out first, usually. Getting the... Yeah, no ice on the ground. Well done. Quick phase 1 Trinex here. MetroidMst giving us the cold stare clear. Gonna have the fire rod in order to make this a little bit easier. Grouping him up with a spin there. And cold stare kind of behaving, all kind of going in the same direction. Able to get a couple of quick kills on him. Well done fight by MetroidMst.
With Turtle Rock out of the way for NinTaylor, you all know what time it is.
Our favorite guessing game. There are, I believe, 22 chests in Ganon's Tower.
Well, not 22 chests, but 22 locations
22
where...
locations, I should say, yes.
Yeah. And you all just need to guess between 1 and 22 where the big key is.
I actually nailed this last time, but I'm going to change my number and say 5.
I'm going to say 9.
Nice Vitreous kill by Lenophis, getting that quickly done. MetroidMst stocking up on those blue potions, make this safe as possible, and SuperNinTaylor getting that half magic from Trinex. Very timely for that Ganon clear.
One chest, two chests, blue chest, red chest.
SuperNinTaylor going for the right side dive.
Was a nice dash block throw there.
Ooh.
Oh, number 4. Who guessed 4? I don't think anyone guessed 4. Yeah, nobody guessed 4.
Price is Right rules. Sam Murray with the 3. Stellar Sky as well.
And I guess technically you too, since you were one off from it.
Yeah, a few of us one off. So here goes Metroid with the full clear of Turtle Rock.
Unfortunately, Nin does not have silvers, so he is going to have to rely on doing spin attacks on Ganon.
I don't know. They might just put on the light world and get those real quick right before doing Ganon. I mean, they're pretty far ahead of their partner, and knowing that they both have to finish, there's no reason not to pick those up just to make the fight that much easier.
True. Where was Silvers again?
Prison. Zelda's prison.
Actually, yeah, that would be fast to get, because, like, it's right there.
Yeah, you got Tempered Sword, you're gonna one-shot every enemy on the way down, so... And you got boots. And you got a mirror to get back to the beginning, so...
This is going to be quite a close race, I can tell from here, since Maximum's making his way to Turtle Rock. MST's already in Turtle Rock, so this could all come down to whether or not... Oh, but wait, Lenophis still has to get to beat Thieves Town and Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I mean, Lenophis is a little bit behind here, so gonna be pretty costly, and still has to do the double dip of Turtle Rock, so I would say SuperNinTaylor Maximum Barnish out to a pretty big lead at this point. But a little bit of trolling and, you know, a little bit of unfortunateness can kind of cause a big time sink, but yeah, MST is going to be well ahead at this point. Or, yeah, MST is well ahead of Lenophis. Lenophis was doing a lot of kind of item check dives while MetroidMst was clearing up a lot of things, so...
And then Taylor's just making quick work of the gauntlet. Just destroying one room after another. Thank goodness that fire bar didn't knock him off.
So just checking those last 2 chests on the way out, maybe just hoping to find out a little bit of extra safety net for Super Metroid, whether it be high jump boots or just, you know, another E-Tank, maybe another piece of heart or another mail upgrade. All of that can come in handy. See how motor arm trolls here.
It's really getting bounced along here. But it's all good. Is it gonna check the chest though? Yep, and it was just a map.
Compass and map in the last two chests of Ganon Tower. Who knows what was down there then?
I'm gonna guess it was probably one of the males, and probably a shield.
More than likely.
I missed 2 on that first shot. Got 2 on the second.
Yeah, nice.
Can he go for 3?
Set up for a triple. Oh, blue balled. And nice job there. The finish on Agaman.
With the 1, 2, 2. Oh, what was it?
Looked like, I think it was just the E-Tank.
Is he gonna jump right in? Yes, he is. So he is gonna do this fight without silvers.
So we're getting a silverless Ganon. I believe he's gonna take, what, 16 spin attacks at the end to kill him?
Yeah, also has to be careful here, because any one of these attacks could one-shot him. Especially if he gets an unfortunate Ganon hug.
Oof. Really nice use of the hookshot and vulnerability.
This is making short work of Ganon and getting into this next phase.
Yeah, Lenophis looking, or sorry, SuperNinTaylor looking very comfortable with this Ganon fight.
There we go with Ganon talking about finding.
Almost got bodied there, right? Ooh, nice dodge of the fire bat.
How many swings or sword spins did you say it was? 12?
16. Either 3 per silver or 4 per silver.
By the way, not too many now.
Yeah,
He's got
10, I believe now.
He's got. Oh, there we go.
That was 12. I think I miscounted at 1. So.
And Ganon is down for NinTaylor.
Oh, MetroidMst taking the death on the laser bridge there.
Oof.
I believe they hit the back of the cave, so they should be able to just restore right there. Yep. All is well for them, but oh my goodness, just gets bodied right at the beginning.
Maximum at Trinex now. Gonna be very happy to see the item he's gonna get after this.
Yeah, I mean, you should already know about it from SuperNinTaylor, but yeah. That half magic is really timely, especially for Ganon, just to have, you know, make sure you don't run out of magic. Oh, Trinex headbutting him. Just the amount of damage from these mobs without the tunic upgrades is extreme.
And MSC suffering another death.
Yeah, there's a couple of fairies available if you use the mirror right outside the exit there. If you wanted to top off.
Which, they haven't found the bug net anywhere, so all they can really use it for is just,
current health restore.
Yeah. Well, I guess NinTaylor does have Ice Beam.
Yeah, I did pick that up, so that's going to make Turian a pretty much a joke. Gonna speed clear that. Guy has charge, has ice, has wave. Actually has all the beam upgrades needed to do maximum damage to Mother Brain. But the question is, are we gonna see a baby skip?
Baby skip, Zeb skip. Possible stand-up glitch. They do have enough health for it.
Yeah, just barely really at that amount that you need. I think it's above 6 E-tanks.
Yeah, it's like around 7 E-tanks where you could do the stand-up glitch comfortably.
Use the bomb to iframe here. Oh, bombs himself right off the edge. It was a good
Ouch.
thought.
I'm still quite surprised that Screw Attack does nothing to these Metroids.
One-shots everything else in the game, basically, but not them. Just bounces them off.
Which I don't think it bounces them off if they're already attached to you.
Nope, you gotta bond them off in that case.
Which even then, it's a pain to bomb them off.
Gonna be a little low on health going into this Trinex fight, too.
Oh, you know what? Since Taylor doesn't have high jump, I don't think he is going to attempt.
Oh, that's a good call. One of the required pieces is missing.
Actually, is baby skip possible without high jump?
There are runners far better than me that could answer that question.
I mean, I would imagine it's possible without it. No, the tracker said that a task can do it. Oh, did he die on Trinex?
Yeah.
Oh.
Head butted.
That darn turtle nibble.
This has been just a rough Link to the Past in general. Just a really low health, no easily accessible mail upgrades.
Yeah, because the only one we found so far was up in the speed booster room and wrecked ship, and we don't know where the other one is.
Yeah, wrecked ship reserve was the first one, and now again 1 HP.
I also just noticed that oh, sorry.
Yeah, Marty's struggling a little bit with the gauntlet there, but able to get it through at the end.
And then Taylor gets the Zeb skip. Are you saying something about Lenophis?
Yeah, I got bodied himself there.
Oh. I actually just now noticed that Taylor does have some reserve tanks, so if his health gets too low to do the stand-up glitch, he could always just modify it.
Yep, that is also a very common thing. Just, don't worry about it too much. Just, do as much damage to Mother Brain as possible. If you take some damage, you got the reserves in tow.
And then MST finishing up Turtle Rock.
I'm gonna be happy to find that half magic, probably. I believe they used their blue potion before getting into Trinex in order to top off, but finding that, just let them know, okay, yeah, I don't need that for Ganon then, unless I need the health.
Yeah, there we go, and Taylor's got the stand-up glitch.
Lenophis is getting really low in health going for this vanilla big key location. That eye at the door can laser you right as you enter and just kill you. So we'll see if MetroidMst decides to go right first or left. We know right is the correct answer, but we'll see how well it goes. Mo, start with the 2 chests right dip here.
Yeah, they go for the right dip into the 2 chests, but whether or not they actually go to the right side, yeah, it looks like he's not.
Nope.
Looks like NinTaylor's playing it safe and not getting any more shots in.
And Maximum Barnage getting that nice double hit there on Agman on a previous wave. Single hit there. I think Blue's only 1 or 2 hits away from actually finishing off 1 hit there and done.
The way this is going, it looks like NinTaylor is going to be getting a sub 3-hour run here.
Which is, in general, a really good time for this randomizer, honestly. We had a pretty quick start, then it just became the hunt for that one item in order to open up, you know, the next and etc. But, I mean, the start was definitely real quick.
Thankfully, since Maximum Barnage does have silvers, the skin fight will be a lot easier for them, but they only have 7 shots.
Yeah, but only 4 are needed to connect.
Oh! Instant Ganon hug. Was that intentional?
Possibly. I think they were only at 4 hearts or so going in, so...
And just a little bit more health.
And SuperNinTaylor going in for the non-speed booster escape here. Gonna have to wall jump and space jump their way up.
Yeah, that's one of the bad things about not having speed booster by the end of the game. You have to climb up the elevator the old-fashioned way.
So as we get the left side check here for MetroidMst, we know Big Key's not here, but we'll see if we find any, you know, some more missing mail maybe, or just it's gonna be just extra ammo possibly.
Maximum was making good use of the Cane of Brian to dodge some of the damage from Ganon there. But is NinTaylor gonna save the animals?
I mean, they are a bit ahead of their ally here, but, you know... Yeah,
nope.
Nope. Gonna go ahead and finish and root their teammate on.
And time! And Taylor's the first of our runners to finish.
Yeah, we have an official SRL time of 2 hours, 53 minutes, and 37 seconds.
Nicely done, NinTaylor.
Maximum Barnage with a nice save there, and then going to just do a reset. Did a full reset of the ROM in order to start at same as ship.
Of course, gotta make sure to save and quit on A Link to the Past, otherwise the reset's just going to erase progress and gonna have to fight Ganon again.
Yeah, goodness knows when the last time you saved was.
I think one of the items MST picked up was magic powder here in Ganon's tower.
Yeah, it's that little safety net, but not going to make up that time, unfortunately. Either way, it's been a great race, honestly.
Sure, we've had a few trolley locations in terms of where the items were.
Yeah, but that just makes it more fun. Looks like gonna check the tile room. Just knock it out. If you're gonna do a right side check anyways.
I mean, the last thing you want to do is go through the entire dungeon, get all the chests, and find out, oh, tile room has the big key. I think out of all of our runners here, MSC is going to be the only one of them that can do a baby skip.
There's our magic cape. Anyone wants to go back for that red boomerang on the bumper cave ledge.
He's going to stop everything he's doing, exit Ganon's tower, and go get that red boomerang. I was supposed to be like, is he not going to get the mirror? You already found the big key.
Yeah, I mean, he might have been thinking about checking for more health or the other male.
And I don't think Maximum's picked up that many, like, ammo pickups for Super Metroid. Only 65 missiles and 30 super missiles. Not a lot to work with.
No, but it does have charge beam, so it should be pretty safe. And Zep Skip is pretty regular to pull off. Nope, not going for Zep Skip. Should still have plenty of ammo, however.
All I can say is that is... Oh, sorry.
I should only need a few more simple supers here. There it is.
I was just going to say that is some heavy-duty glass to withstand the impact of those missiles.
Yeah, it's taking like 10 missiles just to break the glass. Or at least 5 or 6. Here's our charge just going right into Mudbrain's head. Doesn't have the waving for that, just a little bit of extra damage, but shouldn't be a problem regardless. I'm not gonna have the energy, I believe, for a stand-up glitch. Perhaps if they use a reserve tank, because I think you need above 600 energy to do it. Oof, that last hit may have taken that off the table. putting themselves right in the range for the murder beam, and gonna just go ahead and let that drop them. So we start getting the gauntlet cleared by Lenophis here, and MetroidMst a few rooms ahead. The Maximum Barnage about to enter the Hyper Beam phase on Mother Brain. Bringing the hurt. Ooh, taking that extra fall on MetroidMst while trying to do the torches. Should still have enough time, but it's going to be a little bit tight. Gonna wait for the reset instead. Take the safety route.
This is not a bad call, in all honesty.
Yeah, because if you go through that door that auto closes or opens, the same frame that it would reshut because I look torch right now, the sprites will not spawn beyond it, so you are actually unable to progress. You are soft locked.
So what, you couldn't leave the room and reset it?
No, like, yeah, nothing would spawn, it wouldn't let you out, etc. I believe like all the sprites despawn for whatever reason.
Weird. And that's Mother Brain down for maximum.
And we're about to have a speed booster escape here.
Yeah, and then Taylor's the only one out of the runners here that didn't get speed booster.
No speed booster, no overs, first to finish.
Which I guess goes to show you don't need the extra items to be the fastest.
Nope, all you need is what's required. But it is a common overestimation of how much time those items actually save. You know, a lot of us like to believe that it might be minutes, you know, and make a huge difference, but sometimes it doesn't make that big of one at all, especially in a randomizer where you're jumping between games so much that most of your routing comes down to just, you know, warpoint navigation, etc., and not so much the actual use of speed items like the booster or boots in Link to the Past.
Maximum got hit while trying to do the moonfall there, so it negated the super speed drop.
A little bad luck.
It's always just so satisfying seeing just that like rapid jump up through the emergency exit.
Yeah, the criteria shaft there, just, you know, being able to speed booster it up that shiny spark is probably one of the most satisfying in the game.
And maximum is done.
Yeah, Maximum Barnage logging in with an official SRL time of 3 hours, 3 minutes, and 50 seconds. GG to the red team. Congratulations. Maximum Barnage and SuperNinTaylor taking in the win today. But Lenophis and MetroidMst honestly really not that far behind. Just killing at, you know, getting through Ganon Tower, getting to Ganon now.
So Team Big Key Hunters will be making it to the next stage of the tournament.
Yeah, that number not holding true for this run.
Which is funny because the run I did commentary on for Team Firerod Locked, that seed was Firerod Locked. And I think they won it.
I feel like that team should have been in this race.
it would have stood true for this one as well. At any rate, though, let's see if we can yank Maximum and NinTaylor in here for an interview. I mean, true, they could have saved the animals, but at the same time, they don't know how far ahead they are from their opponent. It's always that matter of, it's better to be safe than sorry.
MetroidMst using that early blue potion just to have that safety net. Had 1 heart left. Didn't want to risk it. Oh, using the bee, getting stung by it.
No, they didn't use it yet.
Okay. Yeah, no, they used the bee as the bats hitting them. I was like, wait a second. That's not the interaction happening. Some of those red bats hit them pretty hard. I believe they do like 4 hearts of damage, I believe.
I think they actually do 5. Well, hello to you, NinTaylor.
Hello.
GG to you.
Thank you.
And GG to you as well, Maximum Barnage.
GG.
So what did you guys think of that seed?
How there's no way that's not a plan though. Like what the heck was that?
Yeah, that was pretty nuts. I mean, we spent like a good portion of that seed just trying to figure out how anything we were getting was logically possible.
Yeah,
like SuperNinTaylor sequence broke Pod and got the boots, which led to the hook shot, which led him to the space jump, which led to the gravity suit, which led to the bow, or all in Lower Norfair. And we were like, none of this is possible because we shouldn't have been able to get those boots. And so we knew we were missing something, and it turned out it was the hammer in the first chest in Swamp Palace, which we were just able to deduce based on where we hadn't been.
And man, just like having to dip into Turtle Rock to get the mushroom, to go to the witch and get Fire Rod.
I mean,
yeah, everything about the seed was just ridiculous.
It was one of the few plays that were left at that point. I mean, it was either that or go to the back of Swamp Palace, and we figured if they had done that when they got the hammer, then they were probably beating us already. So
there's also the shovel I forgot to check.
Yeah, that would have been pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it wasn't.
Yeah, and I forgot that green pendant forever too.
I don't think anyone checked Green Pendant.
no, I don't think anybody went back for that one.
That's
SuperNinTaylor did.
Yeah, I eventually did. It was just like missiles or something.
But yeah, I didn't feel good about anything that seed. I'm honestly feeling a bit ill. So, and unfortunately, I have another race with cross product in 5 minutes. So, for the 1v1 tournament that's going on right now. So, my execution was just not there, and SuperNinTaylor just like carried me through this whole seed. So thank you.
No, it was a team effort.
I mean, I will say one thing, NinTaylor, you just utterly destroyed the gauntlet in Ganon's Tower.
Did I?
That's what it looked like to me. You were just like speed running past each of those rooms just very quickly.
Yeah, I could tell he was going fast because like I was doing things with already prior knowledge of where stuff was, and he was still like widening the time gap. And, like, how is this possible?
Yeah, Barnage wasn't feeling well today, and now he's got another race, so I feel bad for him. Hopefully he can hang in there.
Yeah, 3.5
He got this
hours
Barnage.
later, 3.5 hours later, I'll be able to sleep. So.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Go for a walk or
was
something.
really rough. Neither of the fail guys. Where are they at? I'm not watching the stream right now.
They're very close to finishing. They just have Mother Brain left.
Okay.
What tripped them up the most, or what were they missing?
So they did not sequence break like you all did with the boots and everything else.
Right.
But I think it was just the same hunt, really.
That and MST was getting a lot of deaths in Turtle Rock.
Oh,
Yeah.
I almost died a lot of times too. Like, I'm confident in my Link to the Past, but when I'm like communicating and tracking things and playing at the same time, it's actually a lot harder to play.
It's very hard to do.
Yeah. So there's a
That's
number
one
of
thing I
times
noticed.
I almost died too.
I was gonna say, how did you feel about that? Like, Link to the Past in general just felt like a really dangerous portion of the game.
It was
With
dangerous.
the mail being speed locked and the other mail being kind of an unknown location at this point.
I felt like that was a bit of an advantage for Barnage and myself, actually, so I was kind of happy about it.
Yeah, other than escape, I don't think I took a death. I don't think I took an unintentional death in Link to the Past. I died to Ganon, but that was basically for the refill, so I didn't have to go down and get the ferry.
I do want to shout out though, MetroidMst, the only one with the high jump boots, pulling off the baby skip.
Very
Was that in the
nice.
swamp or something? Or maybe left side GT?
It was actually at Hammer Pegs, outside
Oh.
Blue Chest.
Yeah, that would have been a really bad location if there would be a
Yeah.
required item. There was so much that we so many random smattered items that we just left behind
Mhm.
because, well, you know, SuperNinTaylor was just like going to all the locations while I played catch up because I kept dying, and then, you know, he forgot the speed booster, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh please, don't let there be anything behind speed booster. Like I went to get
And
it. I was
thankfully,
like-
there's not.
Yeah, I was like, we basically just have to assume that there's nothing behind this, so we're already
Yeah.
dead.
Like,
So-
I reset to the save point just to go back down to the left sand pit to get the speed booster. I went to the left sand pit, and I just dropped down and just completely ignored it. I was like, what? Why did I do that?
Yeah.
It wasn't until Mama Turtle, and I was like, why am I running so slow? Did I not grab speed booster?
Oh man.
I don't know, I guess we're both tired.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's a pretty late run.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So, all right. Well, I need to get set up for my next race. So, thank you guys. I really appreciate the commentary, trackers. Thank you, Speed Gaming, for restreaming. I hope you put on a decent show for you guys.
Yeah, and thanks for the race, you guys. That was amazing.
Yeah. No problem.
It was a pretty close race, all things considered.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, I mean, there was so much opportunity for just wasting a ton of time based on the item locations where you basically had 100% clear the seed in order to get anywhere. So
Yeah. Honestly, we were concerned about where we stood in the race. Like, we weren't sure. We figured, like, we could actually be behind right now.
I really thought, based on the time gap, that they were going to sneak in between us. So
Yeah.
But, all right, yeah, I'm gonna go so I can go to the next race. Take care, guys. Have a good night.
You all take care as well.
Yeah, and I guess I'll watch the rest of this race and then go read on Barnage in his race. So thanks for commentating, guys.
Yeah, thanks for the run and have a great evening.
Yeah, see ya.
As we get our finish with Mother Brain here from MST and Lenophis.
Yeah, they're right at the Mother Brain fight.
It always feels good to finish off the seed, even though if you're, they know from the, tracking on the race that they're not going to be winning it. But honestly, getting that time and getting that finish in, getting that practice in, I mean, truly in the end, not being that far behind. I mean, we're talking 10, 12 minutes, which may sound like a lot, but in a 3-hour run, it could be just a couple of different checks difference sometimes.
Like finding out an item is on pedestal.
Yeah, I mean that could have made it. That could have made it anybody's game at that point. Nice stand-up glitch by MetroidMst.
I think Lenophis is trying to set up for a stand-up glitch.
Didn't quite have the health for it.
Yeah, no.
I think they're short an E-tank. Yep, not taking that many beam shots from MetroidMst to kill us.
Oh, that's a visual glitch. I don't think Samus is supposed to be looking like that.
Yeah, it's not a healthy look.
We got MST going on the escape, and Lenophis not too far behind.
Yeah, they'll be finishing within about a minute of each other or so. Oh, I'm missing the shine spark up. You can't repeat, or can you repeat with the acid actually? Yeah, you can. Getting it there.
Gonna get closer on time.
And MetroidMst finishing with an official SRL time of 3 minutes, or 3 hours, 16 minutes, and 28 seconds. Let's hear the GGs from Metroid in chat. Lenophis finishing up here. And Lenophis finishing with an official SRL time of 3 hours, 18 minutes, and 6 seconds. GG to them as well. We've got 4 sets of animals being killed. Let's hear it again in chat. All 4, GG, well done. So we bring in Lenophis and MetroidMst here for a little bit of an interview. Welcome.
Greetings.
Hi.
So that seed, it was a seed.
Yes, it was. Kikamonchoyu, you're banned.
I am going to send an angry letter to the creator of that seed.
Be very strong.
Go into freaking Swamp Palace, find out, oh, the hammer's in like the second chest in there.
There were so many plays we ended up. I think it was the last thing we looked at. The hammer was basically the last location we could have looked in. Fire Rod was almost the last location we could have looked in. Thanks for double dipping that turtle rock there.
Yeah, the double dip turtle rock troll was pretty severe.
It wasn't as bad as Laser Bridge double dipping, which I just murdered myself on Laser Bridge, but
Yeah. So I noticed you got quite a number of deaths on Laser Bridge.
yeah, I didn't go to the graveyard thing and get my cane of Smirnoff, so or Bacardi, whatever it was.
The Cane of Brian.
That one.
Brian was in a Croc
Oh, was that Croco?
It was at the
Yeah, it was
Crumble Shaft.
I was thinking it was a
the
Kraber.
missile underneath. Yeah.
Missile underneath the ice beam.
No. Yeah, graveyard was 5 rupees.
It's blue. It's the same thing, really.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, it seemed like that early game. Early game, it seemed like it was like, wow, this could be a quick seed. We're finding all this progression real quick. I mean, yeah, hook shots on Aga's Tower, but we had the Master Sword pretty early, and then it just kind of single
It
items
stopped.
everywhere.
Full stop.
It was a
Payouts
bullet
just stopped
train that
coming.
just fell off the tracks. Yeah, there was no gambles we took that really ended up paying off, and we kind of had a little bit of trouble routing because at certain points we were stuck. I believe with Swamp Palace, for instance, we really had nowhere else to go, so we were stuck going to the same place. We tried to keep branching out afterward, and I think we did okay there, but even then we still had trouble. How do we get to the next spot? It's like, oh, gravity suits at Gold Chorizo? Hey, you need to come here now. So
Yes, I forgot about that spot too. That was a trolley location.
yeah, I was just like, this is so stupid. Who made this? But no, that was
Unfortunately, we know who made this seat. Kekamon Shoyu, you're banned. You're done. No more. No more.
Will not be working in this industry any longer.
But no, definitely big props to Big Key Hunters there for getting through that so much faster. I'm impressed. There was one of them. MetroidMst got sub 3.
Yeah, that was supposed to be because he was doing a lot of sequence breaking.
Yeah, they sequence broke the Palace of Darkness there. Actually, using a bottle glitch in order to get past the first mimic room on the right side. Got them early boots and kind of just, was able to pull off a couple early checks and get a lot more mobility around.
Yeah, that would have helped.
The one sequence break I was thinking of was early wreck shift, which would have paid off, but I was thinking like, there's no grapple, there's no speed. It just didn't seem like it was a good play.
Yeah,
There was flute
Martyrs did that as well.
There was flute at the ship though.
Yeah,
Flute and Red Cane.
Yep.
Yeah. It would have paid off with something, but we just... I agreed with him at the time. Like, it's not worth going for. Every practice seed we've done, we found something in Wreck Ship, but it's never been super valuable.
Yeah, those 2 items, and then getting the 2 early medallions to find out that bombos for Meyer felt like just that last punch in the gut. Like, really? Everything else?
I can't believe I went to Meyer and they realized, like, wait, you got bombos. Where was that?
I did make the call early stream that's like, I bet you they're going to get 2 medallions early, but both are going to require the 1 medallion they don't have. And that was half right.
Yeah, that was fun.
I felt like a lot of half and false truths in this seed. And the speed booster leading to basically nothing.
It was very jilted. There was no consistent, like, hey, I mean, the start was all right, but there was no real consistency with our run after that. It was just, we explore and eventually find the item we need. Normally one of the last locations we look.
Yeah, some nice makeup out of Troll Seed, basically, beginning.
Yeah. No,
Well, GG either way. I mean, honestly, well performed, and I think this puts you at 1-1.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, still got a chance in the
We are
long term.
1-1. Who's our unfortunate next opponent?
I don't think it's done yet because I think the loser round 1 needs to go before we get our.
Yeah, I don't know if the seating is completely done for the next loser bracket round yet.
Actually. Oh no. Yeah, loser round 1 has to go. So, we'll be finding that out at some point here. I know that good job, Big Key Hunters there. That was a painful seed. I'm glad that they experienced less of it.
And to be fair, you guys weren't too far behind.
So I kind of feel our Mine especially, I died a lot, especially on Laser Bridge and some other really horrible places. I feel that really set us back.
Yeah, and I had the 2 deaths in Turtle Rock just before the checkpoints. One with the laser eyes, and then another one with the chain chops.
Yeah, the Zelda was brutal all over in this seed. Just no good mail upgrade locations, with just the one found in the wreck ship. I mean, we don't even know where the last one is.
Did they? Oh, they didn't find the other one either.
No one found the other one. And the heart containers just weren't really paying out either. It was like everybody had like maybe 10, 12 hearts.
We had so much energy for Super right off the start, and nothing for Zelda. And I'm like, I want Zelda. I don't care about Super energy. I want Zelda.
Yeah, Super Metroid. I mean, like it's like, are we gonna get Hell Run? Oh no, Varius. It's like the 4th item found, so we don't even need the energy tanks really at all.
We had 5 E-tanks by the time we left Kakariko.
Yep.
We're set with this. Just start giving us heart containers, please. So I was personally worried about Ganon. I'm not, as you could tell by the laser bridge and other stuff, I am not great with Zelda. Ganon actually went way better than I thought it would. It probably was the best part of Zelda for me. But no, that was an interesting seed. Hopefully everybody who's watched that enjoyed it and didn't pull their hair out too much.
No, it was definitely an enjoyable viewership, and we were all kind of halfway through. We're like, could this still be a pedestal seed? Because it kind of could have. It had to be really convoluted if it was still going to be one, and
I have to ask, was I the first one to check pedestal?
Only one.
Oh, okay. See, I made the call at the time. Like, chat's going to be hype right now.
Yes.
We all waited with bated breath for to see if it was to be the last piece needed.
It kind of felt like it could have been one, so.
I mean, with how it was going so far, I didn't blame you.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? Skullwoods is dumb. Let me check this. I'm glad I didn't go any further into Skullwoods.
Yeah, at least you guys didn't have to do Skullwoods.
That would have been annoying. I have a question though. Did Big Key Hunters, did they dive Turtle Rock early to see if they were gonna find Fire Rod, or did they just wait till the last possible moment?
One of them did, but it was their last Zelda dungeon. So
okay,
they were able to kind of loop it in for the full just go mode at that point.
Yeah, that's I think what I ended up doing. Because our options were clear Skullwoods as much as we could, because I missed some chests there. I left some on purpose. Finish Swamp since we had the hook shot, or check Turtle Rock.
Yeah, no one checked the back of Swamp. We were actually kind of surprised that no one decided to finish that album. It's a bit
that was
long,
my next play at Turtle Rock didn't pay off. I think at the time I was discussing with someone, I was like, I'm gonna dive Turtle if it's not in this first chest, go straight to Swamp. And then I got the mushroom, like, oh really? Do I have to check this?
Yep. And I found Shovel kind of late. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go check Dig Spot, and I ended up never doing that. And I'm not sure if that was ever checked with the other team.
No one checked it, I believe. So, Dig Spot isn't big enough. Might have been that male. Who knows?
That would have been useful for a certain bridge. That was actually the most interesting janky seed I've ever played. So that was fun to play, but it was terrible to race.
Yeah. It seemed like a great seed that, with the logic in place not being tournament logic for Super Metroid, that, this is kind of like the extent of how trolly those kind of seeds can actually be. With just single dips and misleading.
Yeah, if this was just something I had played casually, this would actually have been a great seed. This is kind of what I like to see in these when I'm just playing them. You kind of bounce back and forth between them. It gives you some random stuff, kind of leads you in places, and it's like, oh, not there, go somewhere else. I would like to see that, and just playing it. Racing it, I hate those.
Well, either way, there was a great race from both of you.
Thank you
very much.
Any final thoughts before we close out the stream?
Well, usually when Ice Rod is found early, it's like, okay, it's this early, Turtle Rock's probably not required. And that turned out to be one of the 5-6 crystal dungeons. Like,
Yeah,
really?
I was calling that early myself as Ice Rod in the, what was it, Sanctuary?
Yeah, Ice Rod and Sanctuary.
Yep.
So, I mean, as we close this out, it looks like Maximum Barnage is actually getting started. He had a 1v1 race immediately after this, so he's doing that now in another side tournament. Best of luck to him.
Yeah. So, but yeah, as far as final thoughts, again, congrats to Big Key Hunters on that. I'm glad you got through that terrible pile of secrets, and I'm looking.
They get to
face
face Team Farts next, so.
Oh yeah. You know what? I want to rematch Big Key Hunters. Don't lose until we. I believe we can meet up again in losers round 5. I want to meet you there. So.
Rematch with a better seed.
It'll be the same thing.
Well, either way, I think it's about time we call this to a close. Well, thank you to both of you for that wonderful run, and also for Maximum Barnage and SuperNinTaylor. It was great, pleasure to watch all of you go through. Myself, I'm Stenosis Kents. My partner in crime here, Pansnack, the other co-commentator. Our trackers, Merc249, Shala Shalska. Give everybody a follow. Everybody in this community is great. It's been a pleasure commentating for everybody tonight. And thank you for watching. And have a good one.
Yep. See you all later.